languages, but how do you give a love language? You know what I mean? So a
Yeah.
lot of people want to talk about how they receive it, how they receive love, but not how to give it. So
Yeah.
I think that's what we touched on yesterday too.
Hmm. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. So let's get it then. Let's go. I'm gonna get some mouths running now. I'm gonna get them running now. Cause I need to. I want to grab me a
Let's
drink now.
start
What the? Who just left? Oh, that's
No
Shaq.
Diddy,
let's
man.
start
No
with
Diddy.
Sean.
No Diddy.
Wait, what happened? What I say? What I say? Oh dang, I gotta make sure. I'm just saying no Diddy. I'm scared. I don't even know what I said. I forgot. But
Go
I
ahead,
don't even know
Sean.
I'm scared now. If he said it, I'm gonna make sure I'm on it. Um, let's start with Nay. Let's start with Nay. Yeah, I just be popping out of nowhere and getting her. Yeah. Hey,
Mm.
hey, hey! I forgot my twin in here, New Nay. You know that's what I've been. I've been holding the name up since you been gone, twin.
I swear,
What's up,
it's not
BBO?
even twins anymore. It's like quadruplets and triplets and stuff now.
Yeah, it is quadrupling now. How you feeling, man? How you feeling, BBO? Uh, yeah, I realized that it's a lot of things that reason why we call each other's triplets is a lot of things that um um
No, we aren't throwing altar to the
we
curb.
act like, I
I was
guess.
like, I wanted to put Sean on front. Like, why can't he answer the questions first?
Ooh.
Hold on. What I miss? What happened?
What? He gonna go film because he the only man in the panel and on that side
Right,
of the panel. Yeah, let me not
right,
hold myself.
yeah, right. So, Sean, what is love? What is love?
Man, you know all my answers be problematic.
This the wrong forward, you know it.
Yeah. To me, it's just a feeling. That's it.
It's a villain.
It's
Okay.
just a feeling. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's just a feeling, and a lot of times it comes and goes.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What make that feeling different from anger and happiness? Let's get deep. Let me do the shine and
That's
shine.
I believe that's all tied into it. Also, uh,
Mm.
I believe you could love someone, but then in the midst of them making you upset and angry, you tend to react in a way that's not very loving. Uh, if someone you could love someone and they can make you sad and depressed, and that show up in different ways, but it's all under the umbrella of love.
I do
Right.
believe everything is under love too, though. I was saying that too. I was thinking about that. Like all the emotions, like low key. I think we even created out of
Mhm.
love. But that's
Well,
another whole deep little
is
thing.
there an action required? Is there an action required?
For love,
Mm-hmm.
well, people always read the definition and say action, and I've never read the word action in a definition. So, uh, uh, uh,
Right.
I like to use words what they are made for, and then I know in society we live in, people have their own definition of what words mean to them. So it's kind of hard to have a conversation about love when everybody's definition of love is totally different. So I always just
Mm-hmm.
explain how I see it compared to how everybody else see it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's not only how you see it. Well, you can give love a different way than you receive it. How you receive it is different though too. So it kind of like it's like as above, so below. It's like you like love languages, and I don't even want to go. I don't want to go there yet because we're not on that question yet because I know that's what
Can't
gets
wait.
into too.
We
Freaking
about to get
Kev,
private,
why do you
please.
do
Can't
this?
wait.
Why do
I've
you do
always
this?
had the opposite view than that.
That's
I don't believe in treat others how you want to be treated. I used to
Ooh.
believe that, but I don't believe that anymore. Because some people treat themselves like shit. So if you treat yourself like shit, then you definitely gonna treat
Exactly,
me like shit.
Sean.
So I believe
True.
Exactly,
in
Sean.
Kev, this go back to the so-called love language. I believe that you treat people how they want to be treated, not how you want to be treated, because that's very selfish. How you going to
Mm-hmm.
treat somebody how you want to be treated as if they have the same likeness and things like you do? No, I treat people how they want to be treated.
That's good.
That's
Like that.
genuine. That's genuine love, Kev. Genuine.
Well, you know, I think we even when we were talking about love yesterday, we were talking about not just genuine love, we were talking about agape love, and it even moved into like godly love. You know, it's like there was so many different types of love that everybody was talking about, but like what Sean is saying is, you know, sometimes people don't even love themselves.
Genuine, you like it, yeah. Hygiene.
Yep.
A lot of those sayings, like you said, I think Kev said earlier that it's a lot of stuff we be saying, and we really, if we sit back and think about it, it don't make no sense at all. Like what we said earlier about the you can't have
Cake
your
and eat
cake
it
and
too.
eat it. Like what else you gonna do with a cake? You gonna eat it? That's dumb.
Right. Are you gonna let it go to waste?
It's not that. It's Kate and Edith.
Who?
You can't have your Kate and Edith too.
Yeah, did she say cake?
Kate,
Kate?
like two women names. You can't have your Kate and Edith too.
That's what they all. They don't say cake.
No, us people, we say cake. That's all we say.
Oh, I ain't
How the
never
heck
heard
we
that
do
in
it?
my life.
Oh, it's Kate and Edith.
I've never heard it from that point of view, Jane. But
That's how crazy
I
and
learn
stupid it
every
sounds that
day.
we can't even get what we heard right.
Right.
Yeah, but
Kate and Edith.
to me, love is it's just a feeling, and it's just a word. I don't believe if I had to sit back and look at how like I guess when I feel like when I think of the word love, I don't believe that I've ever felt the definition of that word. I believe that what my wife gives me is something that supersedes that word, and I can't explain it.
Well, Sean, if you think of it, you say that
There you go.
love is a feeling, but isn't there an action that is required in order to respond on that feeling?
No,
Like, don't you have to respond to that?
well, in my world and how I see things, love, I don't think if you have an action, you really don't need the point of love if you just have an action. Action should be more than just the word. But some people people are so they so romanticize the word love that a lot of people would rather be some people rather be told that they want to be told I love you compared to showing an action. So to me, I could care less about someone telling me that they love me. I care about how you treat me. How you treat me is to show me.
Words of affirmation, people.
Well, isn't treating isn't treat isn't the but the way a person treats you requires an action.
Okay, I tell you this. The reason how I get my definition of I don't really need the word love is when I watch kids. Kids don't know what love is, but
Right.
they come out and
Right.
they start treating you a certain way. Like they could just walk up to you and hug you. They could walk up to you and just kiss on you. They don't say I love you because they can't really talk. They doing all of these actions before they even say the word I love you. And parents be like, you know what? Oh, I feel so loved. No, you took what this person is doing for you and you equate that to love. So I think people just put the
Right.
love on the words. People put love on something that they can't explain.
Yeah, just like
Well,
that
and
dude that was
one
talking about
thing
put a
that
condom on because they love himself.
well, and one thing that even when Kev brings up all these prompts, and one thing that we're talking about, a lot of people want to talk about love, but they don't want to talk about unloved. What does it feel like to be unloved?
See that's
Right
when
now, because y'all ain't let me say nothing. I'm just kidding.
Kale,
Go,
let's mute her. Kale, let's mute her.
twin. We got you, twin.
Twin. What'd you say, Sean? Sorry, my nose popped up. Yeah.
That's why
Go
you jump
ahead,
boxes because you
Walter.
thought we couldn't hear you.
No, wait, y'all can hear me the first time?
Nah, not in the other box.
No,
I
we
didn't hear
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm about to say it was like completely mute. That was weird. I don't know. Yeah, I had to get out, change it. That was. You had said something though. The love, like people think as an action. I was gonna say I think it's because love and anger, or amongst other things, does get you to act,
Mm.
act and react. Those causes you to do so. Yeah.
So
and I
how would
think that's a
someone?
lot of people's response to be feeling like they're not being loved. If you it kind of goes. Remember we talked about victim mentality mindset, Kev? Like, man, a lot of people stay stuck in that. Is it if you feel like you're being unloved, how can you love? Or how do you receive the love that is actually coming to you? Because
Listen,
maybe it's good.
listen to the word, like listen to what you just said, right? Listen to how you said it, and tell me if it makes sense if we really think about it. Being loving someone and then unlove. How does that
Yep.
even happen? How do you unlove someone?
You know what? That's such a good question, Sean, because you just made me think. Like, I think more people, like you were saying that love is a feeling. So are you, when you're feeling unloved, it's a feeling, and when you're feeling love, it's a feeling.
So when I look at
It's
it,
like,
I just look at it as it's black and white. I believe that
yep.
if you the reason I just equate it to a feeling, like Alta said, is like hate and anger. It's a feeling. Um, so I
Hmm.
believe that for me, I believe that love is very subjective because everyone, that's not a universal way to love and where everyone is going to receive that as love or caring. Uh,
Hmm.
so everyone don't want, I just think everything deals with comes down to caring. I believe we get so hyped up on this word love that I think it just shadows a lot of things and it overshadows a bunch of things. To me, I don't know how I could love someone and then unlove them. And is it the same
Hmm.
energy and feelings from being loved and then unlove them? Like, is there still hurt and unloving that it is in loving? Like, I think it's all the same.
Right.
So I think it's
And
just
that's
words.
what like that's what Alter brought up. If you look at anger, like a lot of people will say, well, this person pissed me off or they made me mad. No, you made you mad. You're the one who carries that anger with you, not them. They may have done something to trigger you, but you're the one who carries that feeling.
If we have, I guess we talk about feeling, right? I'm pretty sure everyone on this panel that have a job, you may have felt like quitting your job one day, but you knew that your feelings don't mean you need to do that in reality. You and I've learned that you have a right to your feelings, but your feelings don't make you right. Those are two different things. Somebody
Hmm.
may feel like committing unaliving each other, right? That don't mean you should do that. I may feel like cheating on my wife, don't mean I should do that. So I've realized that a feeling does not mean it's reality at all. So
Well,
I
and
try
I,
not to move off of that.
that was what we were talking about even yesterday on Kev's Live too, is that a lot of people want to compare trauma. It's the trauma, look, the trauma already happened. You've already been hurt. You've already been through some pain. You've already been through some animosity or, you've had to be humbled. But it's the feelings that you keep taking with you. The feelings are what you have to deal with.
Yeah, because they love to stay in like victim mentality, like and keep talking about their trauma and not get help. Like, so it's like you are the only one who are like carrying those feelings.
I, I,
Mm-hmm.
I just made a video yesterday about that, about how the number one symptom for depression is thinking about your problems over and over again. You only making your problem grow because you constantly thinking about it. And from what I've learned
Mm-hmm.
is the key to life is perspective. You could be going through the worst thing possible, but you have a different, if you change your perspective of how you looking at that. And I believe, and somebody be like, what the hell are you talking about? I believe that special kids or special people, you can't even say the R word or slow people anymore, but they have this imagination out of this world. Little kids, you could have some kids in your house and you could be suffering. You could be depressed. You could be lights about to get turned off. You yourself as a parent in the same household as your child is feel like they are in heaven. You could feel like you literally in hell, all in the same place. It's all about perspective.
Well, it's crazy, Sean, though, too, because I was on another live where we were talking about, I don't know if it was Kev's live or another live, but when you get older, you actually become more childlike.
Yeah, I don't know how much I like that though, but yeah, you're right.
Wait, lovely.
I don't like it either.
Because once you starting over and you can't hold it in the pants, that's a problem. I think. Honestly, but you're right.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Can't hold it.
Well, I think a lot of times though too is that a lot of even us as when we were children, people didn't listen to us, and we were coming from an innocence that was strong, and we were powerful. We were powerful. We could speak our minds, but then we were also told not to speak our minds.
I actually said I'm gonna do something different, right? And I'm definitely not with I don't know. I wouldn't say gentle parenting. I just feel like I'm parenting. I hate them extra words on top of things that already have meaning.
Right, Sean.
I grew up to where I couldn't express my feelings to my parents. I felt like I couldn't question them on things. And I know a lot of people feel like they can't question their parents. When your parents tell you to do something, they say, just do it because I tell you to. I have a daughter outside of, before I got with my wife, that I get her every other weekend. Everybody know how child support thing work. And I got to a point where I didn't want to force, my daughter's 8 years old. I said, you know what? I never even asked my daughter if she want to come with me every other weekend. Like you think like, okay, I'm the father, I pay child support, you gonna come with me? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let her decide if she wants to come or not. And my wife was like, what made you want to do that? I'm like, man, I never even consider her feelings. And I feel like as parents, a lot of parents don't really consider their kids' feelings. Like I've always been, my mom told me that I always been one of them kids who, but why? And my mama used to say, my grandmother was like, why you gonna let that boy disrespect you? And my mama said, no, he not disrespecting me. He just a curious child. He wants to know why to things. That don't mean he being disrespectful, but a lot of parents would think that's disrespectful if a child is asking why. Like you say, you got two brothers, you got two kids in the house, and you tell one constantly go wash the dishes. I think that's normal for the child to be like, but why? Like, damn, why am I the only one that's doing it? I don't think it's disrespectful depending on how you say it, but I just try to do things different than what I was taught as far as what society say is what normal is. I set the norm for my own life.
But I mean, I feel like when it comes to this weekend, my friend wanted me to come here. Like, no, it's my weekend. Are you coming to get me? I mean, you coming with me? Like, that's different versus like, this is the time I get to spend with you, so I do want you to come. So but I get what you're saying, like overall. But like, sometimes when they get in the swing of things, they can go ahead and do it. But I think sometimes when people make it like super mandatory, like, no, you got to come this weekend because it's, it's my weekend. Like that's, to me, I think that's like different because you're not really hearing them out on what they probably want to do as well.
I get that.
Exactly. I think you, Alter, and Sean are speaking on the same thing. Like, when do we ever ask the kids what do they want?
I've always said
They don't know what they want.
See, I disagree. I disagree on that. I'm gonna tell you why. I've always said, and I told this to myself, and I believe every parent should be like a rule of thumb for this. I believe that to know if I've done a good job or a horrible job at raising my kids, I would know once they get old enough to get their own place and they don't call me as much and they don't come around as much. If your kids happen to leave the house and they get old enough and they not calling to check on you and they not coming to visit you, that mean that those kids was waiting to get away from you. And I feel like you probably didn't do the best possible job you possibly could. I made an effort starting last year. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask a question that I really don't want to know the answer, but that's the only way I can have a good relationship with my kids. I say, is there anything as your father, as your dad, that I could do to be better? And y'all have the open free range to say however you feel, however it come to your mind, say it. You will not get in trouble. And
Well,
they like,
mother.
hold on. One of them told me
How many times do parents actually ask that question to their children?
no, hold on. I'm not gonna. That shit was hard because I knew I was gonna get a difficult answer from my daughter that's not in the household because she get me I'm with her every other weekend. So the other kids, they used to how I am. My other daughter, she don't have that. Me and her mom we parent two different ways. So with my oldest daughter, I just knew that she was kind of like, and she's definitely like me. She's gonna speak her mind. So I say, is there anything I could do, anything different? And the shit that she said was profound because she said the same thing her mama was saying when we were together. And I'm like, how she articulate herself this at 7 years old? She was like, well, you could be on your phone a little less and pay me a little bit more attention and, stop working so much and spend time with me. This woman said, my daughter said the same shit her mama said when we were together. So I was like, okay, I got to change because she's 7 years old and she's seeing the problems that I'm having. And it's the same problems that her mama said I was having. So I'm like, you know what? I got to be the problem. So I had to fix that. So I wanted to open up to where my kids could talk to me about anything. And one more thing before I land. I have two step kids, I call them bonus kids, and my wife put her kid's father. Now, how we do with our daughters, I didn't want to do it that way. He have sons. He allow his sons that's younger than his oldest daughter to talk about girls. And he actually influenced him to have those conversations. His son is 13 years old. His daughter is 14. He okay with his son talking about girls, but he don't open up to where his daughter could even talking about a little crush. And I made a video on my shit about my daughter told me she had a little crush. And she was like, I say, you got a little crush? She was like, yeah. And she was like, but then the next week she was like, Daddy, I don't like him no more. I say, why? Because he don't pay attention in class. I'm like, okay, she don't want no dummy. So she already catching red flags already. I like what I'm seeing. But my oldest stepdaughter, her dad don't allow her to even have those type of conversations at all, even about a little crush, which is normal for a child to have a damn crush. But when she tells me everything. Now, we ain't going on no dates or no shit like that. We ain't going to no movies because I know what them little motherfuckers want to do anyway, them little boys. I know they just freaky. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't doing all that, but
Y'all gonna stop blaming these little boys all the time. These little girls want to do stuff too. But anyway, continue.
Right,
Hold on.
these little girls be
Run that spicy out there. You go.
He tried
See
it, but
that?
anyway, continue.
Hold on. Now, listen, I don't know what girls like to do. I just know that.
Yeah, you do.
Hold on. When I was younger, no. Now, also, you might laugh when I say this, and Kel might be like, "Oh, okay, this nigga tripping." I believe when a woman say, "Oh, it's just something about you," I believe it is something about me that made you want to give it up real quick. I believe I'm that motherfucker. So I don't believe that it was about, oh, she was just easy and she'll do this to anybody. No, I was one of them dudes who believed that I had the gift of gab to get the job done. So that's me. I don't believe
You got
that.
to get the receiving too. So anyway, continue.
Goddamn.
guys.
All
Go
right,
to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. I see him sneaking here. I see you, wolves. Go to bed. I said it first.
He said I said it first.
I beat him first, right, y'all? I hope y'all can
I
y'all
said,
heard me say it
oh
first.
Sean, I have a question.
no. Yo, Shy funny.
Who said put the tip in? Man, they tripping in them comments. All right.
Whoa!
Why would you repeat that? What's wrong with
Jenny,
y'all?
was that you that wanted to talk?
I think
Was
Nail,
that
somebody
you
said they had a
or
question.
Name?
Yeah, I said I had a
Name.
question.
Okay.
Like, so Sean, like, do you think that like fathers only do that towards their daughters? Because like I know like my father, like he would do that like to me and my sister. Like he would be like trying to be like overprotective or saying like like y'all better not be doing something with some boys or something like that. But like I just think like some fathers like they be like it's like
Doing too much. Go ahead. So you can say it. That's fine.
yeah they do too much like but it's like they cheer on their sons like with the
Here's how that
girl.
hurts.
You
This
better
is
tell it.
I agree with that, but this is how it hurts, right? And I don't know about mothers, but I could just speak on fathers. We typically, if you have a daughter, women that we like to date, you hear men on this app all day long saying they want a woman to be submissive, and they get upset when a woman says she don't need a man, she want a man. They get upset, they get butthurt, right? But those same men that have daughters, they will raise their daughters to be strong, independent, don't count on no man, don't need no man. And they even tell their daughters that, hey, these little boys only want one thing. I just said it my damn self.
Exactly.
So I believe that we raise our daughters to be like the women that we won't even date, that we don't even like.
Exactly.
Like
But
I
this
don't
what the
know
women.
what
That's what
it
the first part
is.
is. Yeah.
Like, but you cheer on your son to have multiple girls, but you tell your daughter, like, oh, you
To
better
wrap it
not be
up. I mean,
doing this.
close it
Like,
up.
you better, like, wrap that up.
Kev over there nodding his head. He thinking, we might got him. We got,
Ah,
He
got him.
said,
We got
"What
him.
did
He
I
on
No,
his
I
dick.
say that's
interject?"
true. That is true though. They did teach. I do agree that they did teach men that and
There you
be
go.
overprotective of their daughters. So I seen it.
Period. There you go. No lies detected.
it's crazy that we're talking about that. If you think about it from like a covenant perspective, it's like who gives the woman away to the man is her dad. Her dad is the one that says, okay, well I'm giving her to you. So now
They
you
don't
got to
respect the
take care
dad
of
no more though.
Well,
right.
if they dad aren't a good man, then
Daddies just know what type of man they was and what type of men they surrounded themselves with. So they don't
yes.
want us to ever fall into that same category of
Right, Jamie.
statistic. That's why they hang on tight. But when they come down to the boys, it's like, I already know you finna be a dog because I was a dog. So at the end of the day, dog on. Woof, woof.
Doggone. Boy, that's crazy.
Yes, like that's what
Oh,
it is. Like you know that you wasn't shit, so that's why you feel like that.
So instead of trying to tell them what's right, you just say, "Hey, you gonna be a man. It's gonna be what they like." What?
Because
And
they
it,
accept their karma first. Like they know what their son's gonna be.
hey,
Exactly.
like Sean, like I raised boys my whole life. Like my whole life, I raised boys. Like so, I was always involved in raising men, and they developed. They grew strong,
what,
but it was also. But there was a lot of co-parenting that happened in raising them. So what is the difference between raising a male and raising a female?
okay, well, I've seen this happen with mothers also, that you wouldn't want a man always coming and asking to borrow money from you and borrow your car and all this and sleep on the couch, but you allow your sons to do it. You allow your sons to use you. You allow your sons to still stay at home, don't pay no bills as a grown man, but you will not go
Ooh,
out and date a man like that. So women
ooh.
do it to their sons, and fathers do it to their daughters.
Oh yeah, that's
And
it.
I
Daddy's little girl.
and I don't believe that
I think
women.
that
I don't believe that women naturally are what they call it, mature faster than men. I believe that they are socially. Like, I believe this is how I would look at it. Little girls are like how little boys could go out and have fun. We could at 10, 11 years old, we could stay outside until the night, to the lights turn off, whatever it may be. We don't have those hard restrictions on us, right? But with girls, little girls, they have restrictions on them, and I think that forces them to kind of like be responsible at an early age than us. We out there being irresponsible, sleeping with everybody. They are held to a higher standard to where they got to be in the house. They getting taught roles that they have to do as a woman or as a little girl. So I believe it forces them to be mature faster than we are.
You know what it is too? It's the honest part about that is that women start showing parts faster than y'all men. That's what it was. So we gotta stay in the house. They don't like it. So it is. So yeah, but you
I was just about
gotta,
to say physically, maybe y'all was about to say physically
yeah,
mature. I
physically
don't
they
think the
feel like that.
mentality.
Yeah, but mentally we ain't no that much older. But he right though. It's like you're in the house, you can't do this and that. So we watch it from the outside. Like, dang, they get to have fun. We gotta sit here and do the dishes and do this stuff while they out there playing hard. Like, what the heck? Come in, y'all, y'all boys come and take a shower. We're gonna be like, what? We done already clean the house up, everything. Like that's so that's true. I
So,
agree.
think about it, ego, alter. Do you think that women are more, and Sean, do you think that us, like when we're parenting, are we more protective over women than we are men, or the boys over the girls? Or are we more protective over the girls than the boys?
I think the girls. I think it's always been like that. The girls.
Jane, want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say like even like when it comes down to little girls and how we play, like we play house, we have doll sets, we have Barbie and Ken, we have the kitchenette. We're pretty much set up to get married and have children and have this life that we're not ready for through everything that we have, even the baby alive. Like we're taking care of babies at young ages. So the maturity level when it comes down to getting to the end goal, because I don't know a little girl that didn't dream about a wedding or dream about a marriage or being a bride as a little girl, not even knowing what she was thinking about or what entails being a wife. You know what I'm saying? So that's always pushed on the young girl to cook, clean. Here's your baby dolls. Here's your doll house and all this other stuff. And with boys, it's like, here go your game. Go outside and play outside and go get dirty and stuff like that. We can't get our dresses dirty.
Wait a minute.
Right.
I just made me think about that. I low key feel like it was
I was a
inappropriate to have
tomboy
baby
my whole
dolls.
life, so
Why would we take care? Was we made to take care of babies at a baby age? That's
That
weird.
is interesting. You lucky I ain't steal some of your
Alter.
thoughts before you thought that.
Hold
That
on,
was a
hold
good
on.
one too.
That is
she,
weird.
hold on. What she's saying,
It is
Kev,
weird.
what she's saying is, well, I told you, I've always had this mindset like, okay, certain shit just don't make sense. At a young age, I knew that. What is the point of having a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 year old
Playing with a baby.
changing diapers, cleaning the
Yes.
kitchen, like washing dishes,
And then when she
cooking?
get pregnant at 15, you mad.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
I'm preparing for my
Exactly.
baby. Stop playing with me. Like what?
Exactly.
Hey,
I'm blown
you don't
away
have to
right
mute
now.
her after all, Sean. See,
Hey man, you messy, man.
that was messy. I go.
That's why Sean can't forget because laugh.
I went and gaslighted again. I was even saying, I wasn't even thinking about it. I just gaslighted.
I swear, the moment Sean agree with me, we friends again. Get muted. Like, why you?
I did that before, didn't I?
Trying to
Because I'm
make
like,
him
oh,
hate
y'all
me
want
all
to team
over
up
again.
and be cool and stuff? I said, okay. Remember
let
this,
me
Sean?
hey, Kev see us rocking out, then he be like, you know what?
Remember
I
you
think
hate her.
Sean
Remember
forgot.
you
I
hate
think
her.
Sean forgot.
I did that. All right, that's my second time doing that. Let me stop.
Y'all ain't gonna be cool.
I want to comment on what Jane was just saying about the toys and the play and stuff, because I have a boy and a girl. And anybody who has any children, whether they're the same sex or not, can tell you that no two children are the same. There's no two brains that when you put next to them are going to react the same. So this is just anecdotal experience. The dolls and stuff, my daughter came second. So the toys that we had were all geared towards boys. We had trucks, we had Hot Wheels, we had Hot Wheel tracks, we had, construction play sets with the hammers and the screwdrivers and the drills and the construction belt, which is actually play for boys that's geared towards work, since we're making the connection here. My daughter wasn't really interested in that stuff. The type of play that those toys ensue is usually smashing, banging, beating up, building things, deconstructing things of that nature. So with her, she gravitated towards the baby stuff, towards the kitchen stuff, towards she desperately wanted her own mini vacuum cleaner. I mean, that was something she really, really wanted for some reason, the little red Dirt Devil vacuum cleaner. My idea is that the reason we let boys play with carpenter sets and little pretend tool bags and let girls play with kitchenette sets and raising babies is because the children tend to mimic the parent that is their sex. And typically, before the current era, before this current time, there was a whole bunch of history before us. Women stayed at home, and they were in charge of doing a lot more. Before the industrial age, women actually were a huge economic powerhouse in pretty much every civilization, because who made the clothes? Who made the food? Who made homes actually livable? The women did all these things. And then when the industrial age came, they kind of gave women, the back burner and took over all of their skills. But anyways, that's a different argument. My point is that the play thing, I didn't force dolls or kitchens or anything on her. These were things that she was naturally interested in, because they provided the type of play that her brain as a female that was developing was into. And she was seeing her mom raising her, and seeing her mom take care of children, and seeing her mom take care of the house, and leading an example of what a wife is supposed to do and what a mother is supposed to do. So she wanted to mimic those things. Just as my son saw me being a carpenter, he wanted a carpenter set, because he wanted to mimic the example that I was providing. I don't think it has to do with us forcing anything down. It's just that when you put boys and girls in a room and there's all toys, the boys are going to want to go to trucks and swords and hammers and things like that, and the girls are want to go to the house and go to the baby, because those are the things that their minds are appealed to. We're different.
Okay, I'm gonna be quick. It sound like, well, I don't say it sound like, I believe that you contradicted yourself, because one minute you say that she naturally went towards these things, and you say your son naturally went towards these things, and then in the same sentence you said the kids were mimicking what they see. So that wasn't natural. They were being conditioned to think this way. So it was nothing natural about any of those situations at all. They are mimicking and seeing what they are seeing in front of them. Even the parents that is doing it in front of them, that's not natural for them either. That is something that they mimic from someone else. Like, if you were to ask you yourself as a man, like, why do you think the gender roles that you have, how come they not your own gender roles? Not just saying you directly, but you ask any man or woman, whatever gender roles you think you should play or act in this world, you didn't come up with those gender roles on your own. You didn't say, hey, I think as a man, I want to do my daughter hair and my wife cut my son head. No, society tell you how you should be as a man, and then other men mimic that, and then they teach their sons to mimic those same things. So nothing is natural at all.
I still blame
You're mixing, you're conflating a point. I'm sorry, Alter, go ahead. You're conflating a point, Sean. You're trying to say that because humans mimic things that they observe in the nature around them, that nothing is natural, because they didn't create the idea on their own. They saw it happen, so they replicated it. Human nature is mimetic. That's part of human nature. So my son naturally gravitated towards things that perked his interest by the example that I provided. And the example that I provided is what was in his nature. It's what was around him, his environment, we could say.
I like this conversation. I like how they both got that was I see what he did though with that though, the way he used natural though, which makes sense. I can get that, and I get what Shaw was trying to come with that wouldn't be. But that was like a good. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good way to kind of put that in a way, because that humans do gravitate, so that is one thing, and that is a natural thing. I do believe humans are naturally adaptive. I'm gonna say that, so they're probably the same word or whatever. But that's crazy that he did that though, because I was trying to. So as y'all see, that's what I like about Shy, because he gonna catch you on some stuff. So y'all gotta make sure y'all talk straight. But Mr. P was on it.
There's no contradiction in what I said.
Mr. P was on it. I ain't expect him to come with that. That was wow.
Lala.
Huh? Oh, right. I put my hand up. Sorry. No, I was just gonna say, kids.
He was naturally not listening. Sounds like
I wasn't. I'm sorry. I'm playing Fortnite, guys. So I was gonna say, actually, kids do developmentally. They do naturally mimic their environment. That's how they play. Like, even if you don't hand them a spoon, if something looks like a spoon, they do what they see people do with a spoon. or if something looks like a truck. That's why their imagination can do that, because they're mimicking what they see. And so when kids like, it's in my nature. You're right, Mr. Print. I wasn't listening. Then like that's why there's stations in like a preschool classroom that's lifestyle play. What's in that is baby dolls, but they also have like working stuff and different outfits. Now the conversation becomes, is it still natural if a young man, for people, because I think it's natural. I think all kids are going to mimic what they see, boy, girl, whoever. They're going to mimic whatever they're seeing happen. The question is it problematic for stop, Kev? Is it problematic for for a boy to gravitate toward doing what we deem as girl stuff? Y'all have ADD. You cannot do that to me.
She's naturally doing what she do. That means you be cutting everybody off, Lala. That's what you be doing.
No, for real. The question is it okay for boys to like pick up a doll, and people tend to take that away from them, even though they're still doing it? I'm trying to play Fortnite. That's what I'm trying to do.
Cooking.
No, why is she
All
so
right.
fast, dog? Pay attention. I think she talking and looking at the comments and playing Fortnite. What is going on?
The
They
problem is I'm
might
paying
do
attention
say
to
women is
everything at the
natural,
same time.
natural multitaskers.
No, it's because I'm paying attention to everything
They
at the
actually
same
talking and still
time.
addressing the comments at the same time. That she made for the mind. She
She
waiting for somebody to say something silly down there. He's like, what?
She made a great she made a great point. And I was going to bring up something that has nothing to do with kids not seeing anything and babies not seeing anything, and they do it on their own. And I would believe that this is natural. I have shitload of kids. I got 5 kids. I've seen when a baby come out, they don't have to be taught how to gravitate towards that nipple and start sucking.
Facts.
It's something that they naturally do. They know how to swallow. They know how to feed
with my girl.
themselves. That is natural.
Oh my God. My stomach just start hurting. No, but
We do actually have to shove the. Sorry, guys,
Yeah,
but
I'm
we do
gonna-
have to shove our
okay,
nipple in their
go
mouth.
ahead,
They don't
Brandon.
naturally do it.
No,
You
no,
have to
I'm talking about
push
the
them.
I'm talking about the sucking. The
Oh, okay,
sucking.
sucking. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
some of them,
That's natural.
some of the kids actually naturally bite.
And when a baby cries,
there's an innate.
and
There's
it's
an
something.
innate.
Hold on,
thing
and it's
that we
something with
have.
the woman. It's something with the woman too that I've learned, that when the baby is crying, this is what the doctor told me. I hope the motherfucker wasn't lying to me, because I believed it, because he's a doctor.
Okay.
Let me see. I will tell you.
When the baby is crying, a newborn baby is crying, and the mother's breastfeeding, it produces milk.
Yep.
Now,
That's
now
true.
that's natural shit right there. That's natural.
My wife has talked about lactating while hearing someone else's newborn baby
Yep,
cry.
that's happened to me.
She wasn't even feeding.
Exactly.
And I wanted to.
I am happy.
Genuine
Oh,
natural,
no, I got
Kev. Genuine natural, Kev.
So, Sean, since you wanted to give me pushback, I'm going to give you a little pushback here. You're saying that the breastfeeding example here that you're using for the natural latching and sucking mechanism, I agree that it's in human nature to be born with that quote unquote instinct. But my son, for instance, he was born with a disorder called tongue thrusting, which is where the muscles in your mouth work backwards to what your brain is telling them. So my son, even though it was in his nature as a human to be able to latch and breastfeed, it still had to be taught through his environment, his mother, to get that skill and whatnot. So even though you're saying that's something purely nature, that was something that I had to observe that was nurture.
I agree with that, right? I'm not gonna give any pushback on that. I actually I'm gonna answer you, but I'm answering what Lala said also. Lala said something that was very key, and I didn't even think about it myself, right? Now, when we talk about naturals, like if I say my son, if I had a son, he gravitated towards a truck and construction type of stuff, and my daughter's gravitated towards makeup and all that stuff, right?
We're not gonna breeze past that.
That's what I'm saying, you got 5 girls?
You got 5 girls?
Yeah.
Oh, your house, sir, your house.
I'm telling you.
I mean, hey, I don't know how to explain it. Don't know how to explain it.
Really quick, Sean.
Gonna be strong.
Really quick, Sean. Does your body temperature run slightly hotter than normal?
I have no idea. I have no
Because
idea.
there's a study that was done that men that have slightly elevated blood temperature tend to have pure girls.
He said
Because
all I make is girls. That's crazy.
so if your body temperature is like a half a degree hotter than normal, it's
Wow.
because you're killing off all the
Hey,
boys from
man, hey, hold on. Before I say what I had to say, I've always been told I was a hot boy. So it makes sense, mister.
Oh my god.
It makes sense, man. My degree.
Oh my god.
What did I come back to? What the heck?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
But like it now, if a boy gravitates, and I've seen this a lot of times, if a little boy happened to gravitate towards a door, right, or a playhouse, anything, and kids, and they be, I see little boys playing in their mama heels and all this stuff, shoes, dresses. The first thing a man would do or a woman would do is, hey, you're not supposed to do that. That's for girls, or vice versa, right?
Very
So
homophobic.
so there you go. So if it's natural, then when a boy does it, it shouldn't be okay. Nah, that's not natural. You shouldn't be doing that. So I want to know: is it natural all the way across the board, or is it natural when it don't fit the description of how a boy should be or acting in society?
What's natural is the kids mimicking what they see. That's what's natural. I don't know. I don't subscribe to the fact that like there's no possible way for a boy to naturally gravitate toward a doll or what, because I don't think they even I don't think they associate it with gender. I think we associate it with gender and roles. They just associate. I saw my parental unit or whoever the leadership is in my house do this all the time, or I see people around me doing this thing and now I'm going to do it. Like kids pick up the phone and make you talk to nobody, right? Like we didn't teach them to do that. We just do it around them and they do it. That's why I don't think it's so unnatural if a boy picks up a doll or picks up, I heard my good friend had a 2-year-old boy. It was so funny. And she's like, I went in the bathroom and he had literally had like popsicle stick, and he was trying to shave his legs in the bathroom with the popsicle stick. And I was like, first of all, why are you doing that in front of him? This is why it's important for women. If you are trying to allow him to come into certain things, you just like changing your biz, doing all that stuff. You don't do that in front of them as a young man. If you have boys, that's another conversation. I'm just saying, I think it's just natural for them to mimic what they see, regardless of who's doing it.
That's why they be like, yes.
Uh-huh.
Why the boys ain't mimicking washing the dishes?
They didn't mimic that with the
Okay,
quickness.
that's all I want to know. Okay.
Jordan, get in here and wash the dishes.
Actually, no, kid. No, I did that. And that was the worst thing I could have mimicked. As soon as I was sick, too. I'm like, oh, that looks fun, mommy. Let me do that. And then it became a chore. I'm like, mother.
It's like, oh, you can wash this real good. Get her back in there tomorrow.
I asked for a lot more. I asked for all that stuff, and I didn't want to ask for it no more.
I didn't want to ask for it no more.
Yep. And can you mimic cooking? Can you mimic cooking? Like
Yeah,
everybody
get in there
wants
and
to
cook some.
I still can't do that.
Get in there and cook something.
I feel you on that, ego. I'm glad you brought that up though too, and I'm glad that like even Sean and with what Sean and Lala were going back and forth with too, is that it's look our children, they see something, but even us as children, when we were children once, we already had something innate that was within us. There was something already that was there. We can't take away from that.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that was already there?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, I think you're talking about what people classify as intrinsic value is what I think you're trying to get to.
So do you think that you're already born, like even if we go back into Kev's first prompt, do you think you're born with love, or do you have to learn love?
Or
You asking him or everybody?
Go ahead.
Everybody
Go
learn.
ahead, Miss Lala.
I think love is learned. I think you're born with attachments. I think love is something that you learn, though.
Before I answer that, I want to answer the doll question, so let me know when to go.
What you mean by attachments?
Oh, me? Oh, because I believe that at certain stages when you're born, you get like kids look for this sounds I know it sounds super like unromantic, but kids are looking for their trust versus mistrust stage, that who's feeding me, who's holding me, where am I getting my safety from, the places that's what they're looking for. They don't have a lot of emotion attached to it. I think as they get older, they start to understand, like, emotion on a basic level. It's really just understanding the relationship between parent and child. So that's the kind of things that we're just already born with, trying to be attached to where our sources of living come from. They're very simple in
I'm glad you
nature.
brought that up, Lala, because Kev is put on all these love languages, but a lot of people don't understand the differences between the different attachment styles. You have disorganized attachment, you have secure attachment. Like there are so many
I did a
different
topic on that too.
Oh,
Yeah,
attachment styles. Yeah.
yeah.
That theory is
There's
actually
a
a
lot of
really,
And the
really
different.
good
goal is
one.
to
I
be
love it.
secure, but not many people are secure.
So
Exactly.
a lot, and there are no the thing about the attachment styles are they're probably they're super flexible, because a lot of there's only one that's seen as healthy, and that's a secure attachment. Having an
That's
anxious,
good.
avoidant, ambivalent, disorganized attachment, those things are not seen as healthy things, and they
Yeah,
come from some bad some relationship issues between you and your parents, and they have pretty strong, and it bleeds into your relationships. That's why attachment theory is so cool, because, and I think Kay or somebody mentioned it yesterday while we were sorry.
Go ahead, mister, real quick. So you don't forget your point. Go ahead, mister.
Go ahead, Mr. P.
The doll thing. So the way I approached it is because I said my son came first, so he already established his method of play with like action figures and things of that nature. When my daughter came around and started playing with dolls, he wanted to go and play with her. And when I observed their play, he tried to play in the same kind of like fighting, rough like motions that he would use with his play. And what I try to teach my kids is that everything is kind of built for a purpose. And so we try to use things within their purpose, and then we can have realistic expectations of what those things can do for us. A fork is designed to be used a certain way, doesn't do good with soup. You use a spoon for that because that's what its purpose is. So with the doll thing, I told my son, I said, listen, when you play with your sister and you're playing with her dolls, try to play the game that she's playing. Try to enjoy what she's doing. And then when you guys are done with that activity, she can come over and play with your action figures, and you can show her how you like to play with them. So my idea is that I don't need to tell him that, oh, that's for girls. I just need to show him that there's a way that you play with those types of toys that is different from the way you play with other types of toys. Keep it purpose oriented. And then the kids kind of solve their own issues after you give that explanation, I find.
They said exactly what exclamation point you want to expound. Oh, Jay, go ahead, Jay.
I just wanted to say, Kev, go to bed.
You wasn't supposed to sing that. I'm thinking about 2024, man. Anything possible now. I get.
Thank
Aw.
you, Lottie. She's so cute.
Oh, baby. Oh,
Hi.
Lala's baby runs Lala's house.
You have never told a lie, girl. I'm telling you. I'm not talking. Okay, you already said hi to her. Leave her alone.
Hello, mama.
Don't tell her that, okay? She can talk to me.
Apologize.
Don't you?
Be. I don't like be hearing kids sometimes because it's gonna make me get one of these skeezers pregnant out here.
What a skeezer. I am
Because I be like,
Who the
dang, I want a
hell?
kid so bad. As soon as I hear kids, I be like, man, I want a kid so
They're
bad.
so cute.
What?
They so
Where you
cute.
from,
It'd
Kev?
be so adorable just hearing like little kids and stuff, man.
Like that
They
baby
are so cute.
fever.
I gotta be patient. I got to be patient for sure.
That's why I like that we're actually talking about children and where children actually come from, because not a lot of people do that. You know, everybody
what?
wants to talk about where adults come from and not even understand where children come from. So
Wait, what?
that's funny. Like,
Hold on, I'm lost. Hold
I thought it
on.
was one spot.
no, we were just talking about like where children come from, or how we treat our children, or how we are able to allow our children. I don't want to say the word allow. I hate
Oh,
that
okay.
word.
Oh, I'm like, what the
She's more or
heck?
less talking about. She's more or less,
2024, some stuff is new in this.
she's
But
more
I'm
or less.
like,
She's more or less just talking about. Majority of the time, we're always talking about the perspective of adults, right?
mhm.
It's different and it's a change. It's a nice change of pace to switch it
Thank
from
you,
the
AJ.
perspective of children.
I'm looking like, boy, we don't know where people come from by now. Something is up, boy.
I mean, I don't know, okay, because I ended up on that side of
And here you
TikTok
are,
where
Kev.
everybody
I
thinks
do think some people
everything.
came out some booty holes. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
no, no,
I ain't
no, no.
gonna.
Hold up. I'm gonna be real, right? Part of the reason why I ain't been on this app recently is because for some reason the algorithm done threw me over to that side of TikTok where everybody thinks like it's a glitch in the matrix, and then it just makes me think like y'all didn't pass basic science class, but it's fine. So that's why I ain't been around. But other than that, how's everybody doing?
I'm blessed. Where you
Hello,
been? You been all right?
Yeah, I've been trying to save my brain cells from this app
Yeah,
application.
I took a break for a while too. So I get
This
you.
application sometimes,
It's
okay?
funny that,
I
but
found out.
but
I'm gonna tell
even
you.
Kev. Hmm.
No, I was just gonna say. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, this is how I knew I needed to take a break. I don't remember if it was Lala or if it was Alter, but I was in one of y'all's live, and somebody legitimately said, like, this statement fucked me up for 2 weeks, y'all. It messed me up for 2 weeks. Somebody literally was in there, and they said she gotta make more or less money than I do.
Ouch! My head.
That was Alton's
Oh my
lie.
Yeah,
goodness.
I remember that time when she put that in the comment. She
Why
said
would you
more or
do
Oh
less.
that?
my goodness.
Bruh.
More
Oh
or
my
less
goodness.
money than I.
That's the patriarchy. Okay, eyebrows, period.
Mm. And it's so funny that Kev is sitting here like listening to Lala's baby in the background, but he's celibate. It's so like make
I
it make
mean,
sense.
How much is more or less? You didn't ask? Because I would have asked. How much is
I
more or
did
less?
ask in the comments, but I don't think a homeboy can read because it's TikTok. So look,
No,
y'all.
Alter
Before hold
always
up.
had to. Alter
Before
always had
all
to
of
be
y'all get
reading.
off mute, hold on. You know for a fact people on here can't read. You know that.
I can't even read that good for real.
Jane Dawn out the camera. I'm gonna be quiet.
They can't spell either. When you scroll through enough lives, you look at the backgrounds, and people cannot spell. I tell you,
That's true.
that's what they be
That's
using abbreviations. They think they trying to be clever using abbreviations. You're not gonna get me. You can't spell the word.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
people
here.
I've been
people
absent
create
for like a
their
month.
own acronyms.
We just kind of bad news. My wife is going through cancer testing right now.
No.
Oh
And,
my.
that's kind of where I've been the last like.
Yeah, I'll be sending some prayers your way, Miss B. I know that's terrible.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Definitely
Well, thank you. I
prayers.
appreciate all the prayers I
Yeah,
can get. I appreciate it.
absolutely. That's hard going through that screening. I've gone through it before. That is a whole another level of mess with your mental. Ugh.
Yeah, and everything just as the testing it gets deeper and deeper, the possible diagnoses keep getting worse and worse. It's like, oh gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
But
but we definitely gonna be sending some prayers over to you, you and her, because like I
Most
said, I know
definitely.
that's hard.
well, thank you very much, everybody. I do appreciate it. So,
Like I said, I'm here. I primarily don't do much of anything. Even though I'm doing stuff, I'm still at home and I can answer the phone at any time, messages at any time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here. Even if she wants to find somebody to scream at.
yeah,
Yes, Jen.
we like I said, I've been gone for a month. I've been working through giving myself space to vent it off, so to speak, and I'm kind of just now getting to a point where I can dedicate some time and stuff into some other areas again. And this seemed like a perfect panel. You know, what is love? You know, I'm finding out about some of the vows I made right now. Um, you know, when we say those vows, you know, it's one thing to say them, it's another thing to have to live through them. And I'm finding out the gravity of the weight that my voice actually carried on that day, because this turmoil is something else.
Yes, sir. And you're giving your wife all the love that you can give her, no matter what. And this is what we see a lot, like even in different platforms or different a lot of people lack commitment. They're not committed to that partner. You're committed to that partner, whether she's going through cancer or whether she's, you know, whatever she's dealing with, you're gonna be there, right there for her.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
pray for you, my brother. I pray for you, my brother.
So Kev, what is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Russ.
Hey, I low key was about to put that in tiny words up there, but I just didn't want to throw everybody off. But yeah,
Jane said,
what is
go to
love? I
bed
believe it's the
earlier."
it's like
Jane.
it's the seven principles that I mentioned before that somebody taught me about. I believe love. I believe love is more of a self of showing it, right? Because every emotions you show. You gotta show it in some type of way. Usually anger, you show it through punching something or whatever. And there's different actions behind different emotions for the most part, or to let it out when you let it out, whatever, or express it, how you express it. But I believe love is when you do things. I think the key word in there is selfless, a selfless act or a selfless act. But it also, I guess you could say it's a feeling of recognizing someone else's concern for you or care for you or something like that, or and I do believe love is some type of form of care. Um,
Would you say love is kind of like dedicating yourself to something that you would deem like greater than yourself?
uh, hmm, dedicating yourself to something greater than self.
Something you think is greater than yourself.
Well, remember we talked about that like last night though, Kev, is when we talked about unconditional love or agape love. But like, is there something bigger than yourself? Like is it God?
I think at the end, like, I don't know. Love is like a mixture of a lot of complex emotions at the end of the day. So whether it's loving something bigger than yourself, you know, making, you know, sometimes it feels like it's bigger than you are. Sometimes it feels like it's an unnatural force. Sometimes you're like, I don't know what this is, a very strong force. It could be a lot of different things, you know, and it comes out in a lot of different ways. It doesn't always necessarily come out in the actions. For some people, I think that has to do with how we express love. I think people confuse the two. There's a difference between how we express love and then what love actually is. But even those sometimes still go hand in hand. But I think at the end of the day, the one ingredient that you need in love no matter what, is always going to be caring. It's the same thing with hate. You can't hate something you don't care about. You can't love something you don't care about. That's why there's
I
always
was
been a
saying
thin
that
line between
earlier.
love and hate. We need
I
both.
was saying that earlier, AJ, when Sean was up here. So, are there actions that are required that actually help you perform love? You know, like you can love somebody all day long, but there's actions that are required in order to do that.
There's actions required in order to show that to another person. You can love somebody
Exactly.
and not have to show them, right? Just like, also to answer Mr. P in the comments, does love require the ability to forget? Depends on you. I can love people and not forgive them for something that they've done, right? You could do, for example, God
I
forbid this ain't
disagree.
never gonna happen, but say say my brother, I don't know, unalive somebody. That doesn't stop me from loving him. Still gonna love him. But I don't have to forgive what he did. At the end of the day, we got to separate the action from what it is. So to me, it just
Uh,
depends. But that's
I don't
where
know
I
about
see it.
that.
I know you said, Kev, you said I disagree. And I think this goes back into when we were talking about children. It's
Okay.
like sometimes that love is already innate. That love is already there.
I believe with you would forgive. I believe you would forgive even if you don't say it out your mouth, to still hold a love for somebody. I don't know. I feel like that's two opposites though. I think a person that do love somebody will forgive them. That's like saying that a person can love somebody and not be concerned type situation. That's how I look at that. Because I believe all those is part of love, or say that you love somebody but you don't try to understand them, or I don't know. It's just like this. I guess it's the 7 principles that I was thinking about and stuff.
But
Cause
you're talking. But when you start talking about the 7 layers of love, you're talking about you have to have a level of emotional intelligence to even understand that. If you're not even on that point, you're not gonna be able to name 7 layers of love. You just know that it feels it. This is how I feel. You know what I mean? And most people, right? And I can honestly say that I've gone through this. I've loved people, right? I've had exes that I was in love with, right? Head over heels in love with, but they were terrible for me. Terrible. I love them, but I had to walk away. Does that mean that I didn't love them? No, I had to walk away from them because I wasn't good for them. They weren't good for me. So, people got to make sacrifices sometimes when it does come to love. That's why I said love is complex.
It's 12 people
Well,
in
and
here.
I
So
think
if you're in the room and you see us having a conversation that you love someone, if you've ever loved someone, tap the screen, okay? If you are here and you have people on the list you want to share this conversation out to, go ahead and do it. Period. If you like men with glasses and gray patches, follow the follow the host of the panel. Hold his face. A list of your friends will pop up. You can send him $20 because he's stroking his chin and his beard. Okay, that's fun for everybody.
Hey, you
If
know
you are
what?
in the box,
You're
make
allowed to
sure
say
you're
stroking.
respectful. Yeah,
Funny
period.
part is if I said like half of that, it would have been a leave me alone in the comments in all caps.
Hey, because
Because he
Kev is
doesn't know
out
what I'm
here
about
trying
to
to have
say
babies.
ever. And if
Kev
you
out
are on
here
the
trying to
panel
have
and you join the
babies.
conversation, just don't be butthurt. Don't be sensitive. Be open minded. You know what I'm
I'm
saying? If
offended.
not, just pop out. Period.
I'm offended.
If your name is AJ, we all disagree. All right, go ahead back to the conversation.
Oh my
What are you? Were
goodness.
you co-signing with Kelly now?
Oh my gosh.
She's trying to co-sign for Kelly. Okay, okay. Remember you said
Yeah,
that, Lala. Remember you said
we're
that.
trying to. Right before you came up, AJ, Kev was talking about how he wanted babies because he hears Lala's baby in the background. Kev wants babies.
Yeah, I know. I was up
So
here. Both of y'all,
I
leave me alone.
always wanted kids. It's just I'm not trying to make wrong decisions. I've been wanting kids.
And second of
yeah,
all,
yeah.
y'all can't be talking about Kev's hair right now because you see his box kind of small, which means that he didn't just get like the freshest haircut. So like, give it like another week or two. I say about 2 weeks to have a new one.
Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Like about a week or two, he get a new one, and then his box gonna be real big. He'll be up there all real crispy, You know what I mean? The light gonna be extra. You know, you gonna really be able to see him. It ain't gonna be this flashy, this fast flashy colors going. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Okay. So don't, if y'all got baby fever, wait till after Tuesday to kiss.
So I have a question for everybody since we're on What is Love.
Yeah, let's go, Mr. Brent.
When it comes to how you feel about love and the people around you, do you seek love directly from the people around you? Or do you think love is more like you actively put yourself in a position to be doing things that the people around you will love? Like that they'll love you for doing?
Let's let Amir answer real quick, so he hasn't spoke yet, and then let's go.
Why you do me like? Why you do?
We're gonna
You don't even know why I'm laughing. You don't know why I'm laughing, and I'll tell you another time. But
It's
thank you
your
for
turn,
acknowledging.
Amir. It's your turn,
I
Amir.
appreciate y'all. What's up, everybody? What's up, Kev? To all the
Yeah.
people on the panel, I appreciate y'all. Lovely Alter. Everybody I'm familiar with. I heard AJ. I hadn't heard AJ in a while. What's up, AJ? Hopefully everything is well. And I finally saw that Bob Marley movie. And James.
We gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah, La. It's good to see. I wasn't even gonna come up, but I hadn't seen her, spoke with all y'all in a while. Seems to remind me of the old days. But yeah, this is an interesting topic, and I just wanted to hear what everybody else was saying, so I was kind of multitasking in the garage and listening to my younger brothers and sisters, and I appreciate y'all thought provoking comments. I remember when I was younger. And, trying to discover and figure out what love was, before I was married and before I had children. And it was a roller coaster ride because, you get different definitions from different people. And it encompasses a lot of things as you get older and get more, like AJ said, intellectually, I guess, emotionally, more mature. But that would bring into question, well, what would be love for someone who's not emotionally, intelligent or whatever? So I've come to understand the word love a little bit different now than I, did before, and tried to make it a little more concise. And the definition that I would give would make it pretty broad and incorporate most of what everybody said. It would include everybody, and I think even a fifth grader could understand it. And what I didn't make this up, but what I've learned to understand is that love is understanding, and love is the highest level of understanding. So you could love something or someone, and it doesn't have anything to do with, a compassion, a desire, like you like them or whatever. It could be an object or something of that effect. It could be a habit. It could be a negative thing. We love our negative behaviors. That's why we do them. We understand how to do them, how to get away with them, how to incorporate them into our lives. We understand them so much that it takes precedent over anything else that we might want to understand. So you love, the things you really apply yourself to. You spend most of your time thinking about. That's what love is. We don't want to give it, necessarily a negative or positive connotation. Think about it. Love is love. You could love something that ain't got nothing to do with positivity. You know what I'm saying? It's just something to think about. I just wanted to tell you, I admire and appreciate everybody else's perspective, and it is appropriate in those contexts. But if we look at love on a grand scale, like just try to take yourself out of your body and look at it from another perspective, you got to see people doing things that they really love and really admire and appreciate. If you ask somebody, say, okay, you got a high level of understanding to do that, because you wouldn't do it if you didn't understand. And understanding the consequences does not cause you not to love it. So that's why I'm trying to give love a limitless definition. If y'all can follow me, I got
limitless.
I got a little philosophical on them, Kev, right quick. But just something to think about. Thanks for having me, y'all.
So I think even though you said that, I believe, and that's crazy because that's out of the 7 principles. That's one of the 7 principles of love. My brother Tyree going in. That's my boy, man. That's my real life boy. One of the friends I told you when the circle gets small when you don't end up with. I don't see how women be having that. Well, I be hearing women be having a lot of friends. I'm like, what the heck? How the heck y'all got to be friends? But yeah, it's down to 2. That's one of the 2 main friends I got. I would say love. With the let's see if I remember by heart. Now y'all jot it down. I'm gonna keep telling y'all to jot it down every time I say it because I done got taught it.
Hey, Kev, before you do this, I'm going to give your brain a second before you do this. I know we just had a mod break, but since I am a mod and I'm about to leave, I need everybody to tap the screen again and keep those likes going. I need everybody to share the screen or share the live. I'm sorry, my tongue's a little tied. And let's make sure we're gifting Kev and we're gifting the panel and we're getting this conversation out because a lot of people need more love in their life. So I thank everybody for their time. Letting me monologue and giving me a space to share something personal that's going on right now. So I appreciate that, Kev. And everybody have a wonderful night and be blessed.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Mr.
Appreciate
Print,
you, man.
Mr. Print, I forgot to acknowledge you, bro. What's up with you, man? And I got you in my prayers, brother.
Oh, thank you very much. Things are good, man. I'm still above ground, so it's a good day. All right, y'all be blessed. And one of these mods
I
needs to
got
get
you.
a drop in me right now.
Oh,
He
don't
was
even
on
worry
it.
about it. I already was
Give him a
on
chance
it.
to say it. I got
I
you.
was already on
I
it.
got you.
He somebody was ready
Skill.
because he knew he was about to say it. I
Yeah, I
got
already knew. I was like, don't worry, got you. I already
Yeah.
had it up.
you. I was
Definitely
about-
praying for him.
I was
Definitely
gonna say
praying for
that
him.
the one that you mentioned, you said love is for what was that understanding, right? So that I think that is one. So that is part of it, right? Because I like I said, I had learned what the 7 principles of love. Somebody told me that. Let's see if I remember by heart now, because I have to look it up every last time. Because I'm gonna get it down pack, right? So I think the first one is selflessness. All right, remember that. So I think that played a major part, though. I ain't gonna lie, selflessness is. I think that's like why sacrifice and all that stuff comes. So I think selflessness. Then you got concern. Then you have understanding. Then you have mercy. Then you have forgiveness. That's 5. Dang. Then we have compassion. That's 6. Okay, let's get 8. Compassion. Did I say mercy already? I said mercy already, didn't I?
You did. You said mercy.
Okay. Compassion, selflessness, mercy, forgiveness, understanding, man. Did I say concern already? I probably did.
Bruh, this is not. Hold on, Kev. I'm gonna need you to rewind real quick. We gonna come back to you because I'm gonna need you to kind of get it together. Because we ain't looking good as a unit. You can't be like, somebody taught me this, I'm gonna teach y'all something, and then you all forgot
Yeah,
like half of them. So I'm gonna need you to get it together.
I'm giving people their credit, man.
I know, bro, but I'm just saying, like, I'm looking out for you and us, as all of us as a unit, and we just not looking good right now. You know what I'm saying? While we take this commercial break, if y'all can tap the screen, share the live. And if you haven't already joined Kev's fan club up there, hit the little heart. Okay, join the fan club, join the team. Hey, come on, him, be awesome like the rest of us. Hit his live goal. He does got some lightning bolts up there. There ain't nothing but 1 cent. Throw him up there. There's only 1 cent to throw up to get into his fan club. And if you're part of the fan club, still go up there, hit the little heart, and then just send something over there so it registers. And then also make sure you go check him out on YouTube and everything else. Kev, you good? Okay, I'm gonna finish it up. All right, make sure you follow Kev on YouTube. That's where you get the recap of all the lives and everything else. So now we gonna go ahead and keep going, and just know I never need my folder, and I'm gonna throw it back over.
Gotta love my mods, man. I just noticed it's like most of my mods in the box right now. It's crazy.
You know what's
So
crazy,
forget it.
Kev, though, too? Is it you put up this topic that said, what is love? We haven't even got past love. We haven't even got past the
Yeah,
topic
we
of what
haven't. It
love
always be
is.
like that too. We haven't even got to the other ones yet. Yesterday we didn't get past the first one, the difference between abuse, torture, and that, and that's
Exactly.
all we stopped at.
Yep, exactly, exactly. It's like people get so stuck on the definition and not
All
even
type of
being
stuff.
able to understand it. Yeah, that they don't even know how to move forward. How do
Yeah.
you grow? How do you move forward with that? And I know you're big on solution focused and always saying that, wait a minute, like, look, we've all dealt with trauma, we've all dealt with hurt or pain or whatever, but now we want to move forward. But it's like, if you can't even you like understand or define what love is, and now we can't move forward on love, like, really,
Yeah.
it's powerful.
So I got it right here. We got it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna meditate on these. That's the word, right? Selflessness is number one. Concern, understanding, compassion, forgiveness, mercy, and patience. The Martyr 7 principles of love. And then I gotta say my other thing that I got from this YT man. It was a video. I actually showed Arthur the video to look at the difference between love and lust. I gotta use it because it was bars. So they say love can't wait to give, lust can't wait to get. Remember that, guys. Remember that. Oh yeah. So, so remember the difference, man. So yeah. Did she spell she's and she's? Wow.
It's like, sheesh, Dazzler.
Sheesh. I used to get that from who was that girl Summerella that she used to have me cracking up. Sheesh. She funny. All right, we gonna get some movement going now. Let's skip straight to, cause I think we already did the difference between you said, can I? Okay, go ahead. AJ, I know you gotta do your thug. Thezo.
I know, I gotta do my third thizzle. It's crazy. All right. So yeah, we already answered what love is. What's the difference between punishment, abuse, torture? Give examples of each. Punishment is definitely something that you already know that you're going to receive. Say if you break a certain rule. So for
Punishment is
example,
you leaving us and you just
I
got here.
know. That's the punishment. Actually, that's more like torture and abuse for y'all. Let's be real, because y'all didn't know
Exactly.
that I was gonna leave. So but we gonna get into it. Punishment. An example of punishment would be, okay, I know if I unalive somebody, I know I'm gonna go to jail, right? That's the punishment for it, right? I already know that. That's the punishment for that. Abuse, more or less, is just somebody who abuses that power. So, for example, if I'm just standing there and I don't know, let's just say I'm a police officer, and for some whatever reason, Jane looks at me funny, and I just take her to jail. That's abuse. That's abuse of power. That's crazy. Okay, that's abuse. You don't take advantage. You get a little too happy. That's more ego. You need it. You need to straighten it out. Torture is when I think that I am better and I almost detest something, right? I ain't got no feeling. There ain't no humanity. There ain't nothing in it. I don't even care. You deserve what you get. No matter what happens, you are the worst. You the scum of the earth. That's usually torture. Example of that will be, I don't know. I guess people who lock dogs like in crates for hours on end, where they're just stuck having to sit in their feces, and they don't even really feed them. They just sit there, right? Because again, they're in a place of power. This thing, the animal itself is not. They keep it in that situation. It's a power struggle. What's the difference between jealousy and envy? They're kind of the same thing. I mean, Leviathan, definitely. It's kind of what that means is envy anyway. They're kind of the same thing. I would say envy. I would say people that are definitely more envious than jealous. People who are jealous will simply just not like you type situation. They'll kind of just be like, they'll have everything bad to say if your name got brought up. Somebody who's envious will go out of their way to either try to befriend you to take what the fuck you have. That's what I've noticed as far as people goes. But as far as those two things, to me, that they practically the same thing. Um, is in love more important than love itself in a relationship? And what is in love? Please explain. Being in love with somebody, I think, would just be more or less that you're more willing to give those acts and take that relationship to another level. Versus just being like, yeah, I love somebody, right? Loving somebody is like, okay, you've already passed the in love state. You just in love with that person at that point. You know what I mean? You just love that person. It's not as intense, I guess, would be I guess, the best way I can kind of describe, I guess, the difference. But yeah, love languages is meant to be stuck in. You can change it, but most choose not to. You already know my answer on this. I don't believe in this love language shit. At the end of the day, you're gonna do all of those things if you truly love somebody. Um, so it don't make sense to me to sit there and be like, "Oh, my love language is just this one thing." Like, at the end of the day, knowing your love language, at least for me, if
I
you
had
are one
people
of
about
those
to chop
people,
my head off on that yesterday, boy.
and right, anybody, if you're finding that, okay, well, my love language has to be this, then maybe you need to work on giving that shit to yourself first. So if your love language is quality time, then maybe you need to spend more time with yourself. Because a lot of y'all say you want quality time, but you don't, because there ain't no quality in the time you give, and you want quantity time, and nobody want to sit on the phone with your ass all fucking day on FaceTime. Like, you doing too much. You're doing way too much. Okay, just saying. Make sure you understand what it takes before you ask some shit from some other people. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I don't believe in this love language shit. That don't make sense to me. If I love you, I'm gonna give you my time. I'm gonna give you. I may buy you gifts. I may buy you flowers. I may buy you certain things. I'm gonna want to obviously, be physical with you and all sorts of other shit. Okay, so one don't make no damn sense, right? Figure out really what it is, and at the end of the day, a lot of y'all just horny. That whole other shit don't fucking exist. Okay, that's crazy. Get your feelings together, rub one out. I don't care. What does loving yourself look like? Loving yourself is, like I said, when you're willing to give yourself what you think you require from other people, and you start to give it to yourself, and you start to fully understand that. That's what loving yourself is. It's understanding what your value is, what your worth is, understanding what you do deserve, what you don't deserve, right? Which I think that's where people only get hung up. But then also, what is feasible and what is realistic. It is not realistic, again, going back to the love language thing, for somebody to spend 23 hours with your ass on the phone. They got their own life. That don't make no sense. Stop doing that shit. Just saying. So yeah. Uh, do people mix arrogance, prideful, and self-love? I think at the end of the day, yes, they do. But I think it's because people only like to take the definitions of things and only take the parts they like, right? Or the part that's going to fit or validate the thing that they're talking about, right? You see it with everything. I mean, people do this shit with the Bible all the time. They want to prove a point. Well, it says this, but they didn't even read the whole thing. Like that. Finish the sentence, boo boo. Finish the sentence. What did it say? Okay, then that's not what that said. So same thing when it comes to love languages, all this other shit. What this stuff actually means. People are only gonna run for the thing that's gonna validate them. Do we need tough love to survive in this world? Absolutely. You cannot be walking around this world expecting everybody to tell you that the sun don't shine out your asshole. You can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, you're gonna walk around and you're gonna be wondering why your life is going to crap because everybody's lying to you, right? People who truly love you have no problem telling you what you don't want to hear sometimes, and they understand it's gonna hurt, right? If you have good parents, your parents are gonna do that, right? They can't sit there, yes, parents are a good example of that. Parents want the best for their kids, but yet they're realistic. Right. So if I was a kid and I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, my mom doesn't love me because she won't let me have ice cream every damn morning. Did that mean she didn't love me? No. If anything, she did love me because, again, I would have had diabetes and I would not be here if I had ice cream every damn morning. The mountains of ice cream that I wanted. So, yes, you need tough love. You need people to tell you things that you don't want to hear. You need people to give you those reality checks from time to time. Stop sitting there thinking that just because somebody is telling you what you don't want to hear and they're telling you the truth, they're being straight up with you, that they can hate you because they don't. Okay? Or that's not love, or that's not whatever it is, because somebody's not up your ass blowing smoke up at all 24 hours a day, spending 23 hours on the phone with you. That's crazy. Right? And that's the reason why I said, for me, going back to what the question is, when it comes to love, I think when it comes to expressing love, that's one thing. When it comes to what love actually is another. And then the way that we expect it from other people is a whole other conversation, right? Learn to start having those 3 types of conversations and evaluate those 3 things on those 3 different levels. You are absolutely insane and delusional. If you're somebody who's sitting here thinking, oh, well, love just has to be all action, so it has to be all physical. You seriously, I don't think you love that person. You lust that person, and those are 2 different things. Know the difference. And then I forgot what the other thing was. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up and throw it back over to y'all. I see I started talking, everybody left, so apparently this must be boring as fuck. So I'm gonna be quiet.
Nah.
It's real. I love what you said. Go on, put some stank on it.
Hey, put that stank on that. Yeah, though.
That part.
I must have been like, look, even Alter was
Let's
like
get
laughing my ass off.
we can start off with because everybody in the panel already done did the first 2. So let's get to this now. Let's start with these 2 because we had this conversation.
Wait, hold on. What's today?
Never
I did
let
this
me
one.
finish the first 2, and I never answered those. And I just feel like when you say that everybody did
I want to
it,
go
you-
to that one. So I'm talking to. But not. Go ahead. Go ahead and do the first.
I don't
You
even
said
know
you
what
haven't
they
did the
are.
first 2. Oh yeah,
I
you was
really
in
just
there
came off
yesterday.
mute to complain. I don't even know what they are. That's what's funny about it.
Oh wow.
I just think the
She's
only thing I was
wrong.
gonna ask, did anybody at any point yesterday or even today mention scripture for what is love? Love is patient, love
I
is
mean,
kind, like those
I
things. Did
did.
anyone mention this? Oh, you did? Okay.
No, I didn't. Obviously, see, this is how I know you don't be listening.
I don't listen to anybody. No. I'm not gonna lie, I don't.
I'm like, she ain't
That's why I
even
said, "Oh, you
listening.
did? Okay."
She said she
I
got
don't know.
the selective.
That's because
Oh yeah,
Lala
that's a
hates
habit of
me,
mine.
y'all. She don't like me,
It's
so I'll be
not.
quiet.
It's because 1, I have a little bit of ADHD, and 2, I'm playing
Don't
Fortnite
let
right
her
now.
use
So
don't let her use
I
that excuse.
I
'Cause I got
do just a
ADHD,
sprinkle. I
ain't
might
said
even
I
have
got
a.
into
I
it
might
all.
even have a
and
touch of the
Lala
tism.
Lala, like every time I'm in Alter's live, like Lala be
That's
in
why
the
they call
house.
her Lala.
Let first off, I need to address Lala real quick because I got questions. Why is it every time I'm in Alter's live, right? And if I stay in the comments, she'll stay in the live all day. But if I come in the box, she'll leave.
That is actually so funny, bro. Okay, wait. No,
Someone
every
got
time
some
I be scared.
explaining
I
to
be
do.
scared to get off because of that too. I'll be like, dang, and I have to go. She's gonna say that I got off because she got on here.
I
I'll be
know
so
you ain't
scared to get
talking,
off.
AJ. I ain't
I
forget about
know.
that one day.
Well, one day.
You left mirror room. He said, I'm about to go to bed. I just popped up in altar room you was in, and then you heard her drop out the box. I was like, what the? I was like, no, she did. I was like, what? I said, call your ass.
Oh my
To be
god, let's
fair,
keep
in
it.
my
You ain't dropped
defense,
fast enough.
in my
I might have a
defense,
touch of the tism. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Just a
okay,
touch.
but in my defense though, it ain't my fault that you, Mirror, Alter, and Lala all like to go live at the exact same time.
At the same time, yeah, that does happen a lot. What was the first question? Because someone read it to me. Sorry,
What
I'm.
is love?
I did that one. Oh, that's the love is patient, love is kind.
Okay, you got that. That's okay. You did.
Yeah.
You right. What's the difference between punishment, abuse, and torture? Give examples of each.
Abuse, punishment, and torture. That's interesting. That's an interesting question. Abuse. I think that abuse is something that can happen like at a moment and not be continuous. It's the difference between like that and torture is that torture can continue to happen. Like continuously.
I kind of said that same thing in a way
You know what
yesterday because
I
I didn't
mean?
know how to answer that either. I was like, maybe.
Yeah. I'm like, I would guess that like abuse it has a way that it can only happen once, whereas like if someone's being tortured, it's a continual thing. You know what I mean? And then what's the last one? Torture, abuse, and what? Did I die?
Punishment.
Punishment. Yeah, punishment is a result of your own actions. I think torture is inflicted on someone else by something else. Like sometimes I think punishment is a result of choices you made, whether it's choices in people or choices in like your day-to-day actions. I will say, if I could use an example, I think like somebody, obviously I think like physical abuse is one. I think if somebody cheated on somebody and they chose to stay and then they always talk about it for the next 10 years, I think that person's torturing the person that they kept around by still continuing to punish them. I think that. So yeah, that's it. I caught up with everybody now. You're welcome, everyone.
All right. Not AJ leaving at the same. That's crazy. All right, so let's get on the new one now. Everybody haven't did because we got so many on the new. Gemini, his stuff up here with the one bar. Gemini, what is the difference between? What's the deal, man?
Okay, cool.
What's the difference between jealousy and envy? Give an example of each. I did this topic on purpose. I did this question on purpose.
I kind of feel like envious is like somebody got something that you want, and you know you have this intense desire for that thing that they have or that they're good at, and jealousy is kind of like hating because somebody is better at something or got something that you want. If that might sound crazy.
It's up to how you view it. Yeah.
But
that's something that a lot of people mix up and stuff. And yeah, I just want to see and don't cheat, y'all, because I looked it up a long time ago. When I had this debate before, I already looked this stuff up already. But yeah, okay, we can rock with that. We can rock with that. And I found an even simpler way to tell the difference between those two, because I used to thought kind and nice was the same thing. Those are different. You know, a lot of things are really different. They're different when we say it's the same. All right, Gemini. All right, we caught up.
Yeah, so like envious. So like envious would be like, you know, like when I was younger, I could play basketball and I could dribble, but like when I watched Jordan or when I watched Iverson cross somebody up, I wanted to know, you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to be able to cross people up like that, and I'm out there practicing, and like what they was doing was dope. Versus like when it's times that I've been jealous of people, like it wasn't like I saw it and I was like, oh, that's dope. I wish I could do that. Like I seen it, and it was like I was straight up hating on them. You know what I'm saying? Like just because they was good at football, like I was hating because I wasn't good at football. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. I can't say it no other way. I hope that made sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Sure. Yeah.
What's up, Anne? Welcome to the live. No, I don't think I've seen you before.
Hi, host.
How you feeling?
Laugh or Learn Kev 313 LOL and others. Hi. How are you?
The first person that called me about a whole full text name. That's crazy. Wow, that's new.
Nice to meet you guys. I'm Anne, the Ashanti Warrior. Shout out to Jay for sending the link to this live in a Discord that I'm in with Jay. She said that it would be worthwhile to come here. So
look at Jay over here. Oh,
And I'm all about just some background. I'm all about really Black women and Black men specifically healing and coming together. I think Black people are the blueprint. I mean, I don't mean to offend anyone here who's not Black. I'm just saying that a lot of you guys follow our lead. And I think in order for us to really move on to the next level, we need some deep healing. And so I'm all about love. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Sound like I might like you so far. Okay.
We'll see. I say some stuff and people go crazy, so we'll see. But yeah.
Yeah, but I can say the same thing. I feel you. we finally we might fit in with. Sorry, no, we'll see. We will see.
We will see. Yeah. Okay.
'Cause Jay know me about it. She been around for some good time. I used to, I done probably ruffled her feathers a few times, but it is what it is. She loved me though. She loved me, She even had to pop up in my box one of them New Year's. Hey, I didn't know Jay for a long time. Dang, I think I seen her New Year's. That was the first time.
I think one thing, host, you are holding a space online and you are educating, and even if people get triggered, I think that's a good indicator that you're doing the right thing. As long as it's always with respect, I think you're doing good work. I think I hope that one person listening to this tonight will maybe reconsider, because these questions are great.
Appreciate you.
All right.
I like that. I like her energy already. Okay, we gonna see something. We gonna see something tonight.
I just bet you do, Kev.
We gonna see something. I like it. But we got. All right, so actually, cause I feel like she might. So let's get on, because these are the people I actually talk to about it. So let me tell you, what's the difference? Let's start off with twin first. Then we gonna go to triplet. Then
Kev,
we gonna
don't
go
sit here and
to.
stress us out tonight. Do not do it.
No, I'm not. I swear I'm not.
All right, now go ahead, Alton.
I swear I'm not.
Now he gonna really do it. No, anyway. Oh shoot! I know this is really sorry. Oh my god! My nose is really running away from me. What is the difference between punishment, abuse, and torture?
No, we did that yesterday. No, you know what I want you to answer.
Not you asleep in the back of the class.
I never answered that one yesterday.
Okay, you go ahead. You know I can't wait for y'all to answer that other one.
Which one?
The difference between jealousy and envy.
Oh God.
That's the day I got cussed out by everybody. I don't forget nothing. It's like, no.
I don't remember that.
He's been plotting his revenge for months.
I've been plotting. Yes, I've been plotting on it. Because even with this, even though we had the argument, myself, I did that on purpose, because I looked this up, and today I'm gonna actually show you why I made this. Well, whatever. But that didn't turn it all the way left, but it actually turned it out good too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool though. But this thing, I'm for sure. I know. I mean, I learned the difference on that. But I just want to see what y'all know. So you know what I'm saying? But go ahead though. Yeah, because it is a big key difference. We do think they're the same, but it's a big key difference in jealousy and envy. But except for let's jog the memory. The difference. I think we was talking about God at that time, about can God be envious and jealous? But we gonna say the difference. So all right, go ahead. Go ahead. You say you need to do the torture. Go ahead and do that one.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm about to torture something.
I'm sick of it. Okay, shoot. The difference between punishment and abuse. Punishment is something that comes from you doing something wrong, some type of bad behavior, right? That's a form of, you have to be a different form of punishment. Abuse is harming someone with the intention, to be intentionally harmful. You're abusing them, whether they deserve it or not. Torture, just severity, the severity of the pain that you're putting someone through. doesn't have you long suffering, but it can just be just severely painful. Like, I'm going to torture you. Like, instead of just poking you with a knife, I'm going to poke you and then twist it. That's just torture. So that's the difference. What's the difference between jealousy and envy? Well, jealous is, I want that. I wish I had it. I'm jealous because I don't have that. And I like it. And I may not want it. That's what I was talking about before. Jealousy is like, I could want that. Envy, I'm just envious of what you have. I'm envious of what's going on. I know it sounds similar in a sense, but to me, I think it's definitely like, I'm envious of you. I want like somebody to live their life. Like all the Lifetime movies I used to watch when I was a kid, there was a lot of envy. That was envious. Like, they wanted your whole life. Like, I want to be in your position. I want to be like that. Jealousy is something. There's different ways for me for jealousy. Is like, I use a spouse. If a spouse is jealous of his wife or they're flirting with the mailman, it's like he has a right to be jealous because, excuse me, that's mine. What are you doing? You can be jealous of someone. It's just something that you're trying to go after as someone else who has it or want it, whatever the case is. And yeah, with the guy thing, I do say God is jealous, can be a form of jealousy because he feels like, what I'm doing this, I'm in this position. Why are you serving someone else? Why are you giving those people glory when I'm the one who gave you this? Yeah, I can be jealous of that. I don't believe in the envious part because I don't believe he can be envious of something because he can have it.
Hold up.
We're his, so he can't be.
Wait, what? Okay, maybe that was Lala that was saying. So we go. I'm wait turn. I'm wait turn.
You saying it's possible, not her. She said she didn't think it was possible.
Yeah. Let's let her finish. I can't. I'm sorry. We gotta wait to get to you first. My bad.
I am trying to target. You're not gonna target us, but yeah. So jealousy.
We get to talk about accountability next.
I'm sick of y'all.
Let's get it. I love it.
So yeah, that's just a difference I see in jealousy. I have the right to be jealous of something. Envious is just, to me, like more of a sinister, calculated type of way to look at something. Yeah, that's it.
La la. La 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 la.
Hey y'all. All right. Jealousy is being angry, like being having a problem with or having strong feelings or like hatred towards somebody for what they have, not necessarily because you want it, but just because you're upset that they have it. Whereas envy, you're upset because you want what they have, because you don't have it and you want it. So those are the key component, is the wanting it for yourself. That's the biggest difference between those two things. So there you go.
Go ahead, Ann.
Okay, so the difference between punishment, abuse, and torture. Abuse, first of all, comes with the failure of doing what you're expected to do or what your responsibilities are or what your duties are, and then projecting that onto someone else to do those duties while trying to get the reward from those duties. So an example would be like, in the Bible, Ephesians talks about women submitting to men, or wives submitting to men. And there's all this instruction on how wives should submit to men. However, a lot of men forget the rest of the passage, which is men should also love their wives as much as they love themselves and submit as well. But men oftentimes use that one portion of the Bible to come into spaces and say, well, I'm a man, so you should submit to me, despite the fact that that man hasn't done any duties to earn that benefit. So I think that would be an example of abuse, or at least abuse of your power. Torture is when you take punishment, which is natural. There are natural consequences in this world. Punishment is what naturally happens when you fail to perform what you're supposed to perform. Torture is what happens when you take a malicious, and there's like maliciousness or malicious intent to that punishment. The Constitution talks about, I think it's the Constitution talks about cruel and unusual punishment, meaning giving way too much quote unquote punishment for a situation that it's not fit for. That's torture. So that could be something as simple as your kid didn't turn in their homework, and so you beat them for 5 hours, right? That would be considered torture.
Dang.
Yeah. What's the difference between jealousy and envy? Give examples of each. See, you know what's interesting? I think people who are jealous or envious, it's so weird. It's like anyway, whenever I experience any form of jealousy, what that tells me is someone has something that I think I deserve, and yet I don't think I've done anything myself to be entitled to that thing. So usually whenever I feel that feeling, it's like, okay, I need to work on myself and find out how I need to grow, or et cetera, so I can also have this thing. Because jealousy is just the emotion of, this is mine, or at least I feel like this should be mine, but I don't have it. Why not? Versus envy is, or I could be wrong, but envy seems to be more about looking to, actually, let me rephrase that. I think jealousy is something about, it has something to do with someone taking what you think rightfully is yours, while envy is wanting something from someone else, I think. So it could be like maybe seeing a woman that you think is incredibly beautiful, but instead of just like, either working on yourself so you're beautiful too, or working on your confidence, a lot of envious women will try to sleep with that woman's partner just because they want to have access to that thing too, because they're envious that she has it. Versus does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think jealousy, see, for me, I'm very possessive when it comes to my relationships. I expect my man to be disciplined because I have to be disciplined. And so I can be very protective over what I quote unquote am invested in. And I think that gets confused for jealousy. So like my partner might talk to a woman who's attractive, and that's fine. But what's not fine is like getting her number, right? And if I call out my partner, he would say, oh, stop being jealous, which I don't think that's jealousy. I think that's just me like respecting the boundaries of a relationship. So I think I feel like jealousy is used way too, like, I don't know, easily. I think it's just simply wanting something, thinking that you're entitled to having it, and then feeling insecure that you don't have it. Is in love
I just
more...
thought about this. I just seen have I been in your live before? You know Ty?
Sounds familiar.
So he always hosts live and stuff. I feel like he shouldn't say
Yeah, he sounds familiar.
before and I came in there. Yeah, I think I seen you before here. And I'm like, what have I seen? But yeah, my bad, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I'm in these live streets. Is in love more important than love itself in a relationship? I'm sorry, I can't, my eyes are so bad.
Oh, we ain't on that yet, not yet.
Okay. Ooh.
My bad, I got it real tiny, I know. But it's in love more important than love itself. So people like say, I need to be in love and all this stuff. But yeah, we'll get to that one in a minute. I get everybody in.
I think love is a choice. I think you can always be in love if you decide to. Love is simply my commitment to making sure.
We're gonna get to that one. He said in a second. We're gonna all go through that one, I think, together.
Okay.
How's it going?
Yeah. So hold your point.
Okay. Thanks for letting me chat. So am I done or?
Yeah, until we go rock. We usually just do a couple questions, then we do open panel. Then
You don't have to drop. Don't drop or anything. Just like hold off.
Don't drop.
That question again. To the next question. Sorry. Go ahead.
Whoever went. We got it. Oh, let's get Nate.
Queen City. And Nay, I don't think none of them answered.
Yeah, none of them. Yeah.
Or Jane.
Yeah.
My girl Jane.
I'm just down here. I ain't answer it.
I didn't forget you. Oh, I did for like a
Hey.
second. But it's not just. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we just gonna start off with that one, yeah, because we gonna keep getting stuck. So we gonna start off with the difference between jealousy and envy, because I want to answer it last because I know the answer. But Nate, what's the difference between? Just so I can keep it in order, I guess, because I got them do Nate and Queen, then say Jane. Alas, I know she gonna do some things. Later special, see? So so Nate, what is the difference between jealousy and envy? You might have to. Is she snoring?
Somebody sleep. Nay.
Hey, don't tell her she unmuted and then started snoring. Sir!
You say y'all gonna get this
I
work
think
with me.
jealousy stems from envy, but I don't think envy stems from jealousy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We going in order now. We waiting on Nay to wake up.
Say this at the tip of my tongue. I'm ready.
For a while, I felt like
If she sleep, I ain't sleep.
Just go to Queen and then go to City, and then
I'll
come
let you back up, Nate, when you wake up.
Wake up, Nate. Oh, okay. Queen.
We got Lion in the building, Miss Lion. What the heck? He said I ain't. He said I said my piece.
I'm not waiting my turn. It's always my turn.
Oh, wow. City, get back up here and stop acting like that.
Why she sounded like she want to give a kid a whooping and stuff? That was
No,
funny.
what's funny is like she knows she don't even know him. That's what's funnier. She like,
Why you acting like that?
Why you acting like that?
I felt like she was a straight up parent when she did that. Don't act like
She
that.
don't
Straighten
even
your
know
face
him.
up.
Get this room and I give some sense.
Fix your face.
Fix your face and wait your turn.
All right.
Period. Oh, sorry,
Patience, it is.
Queen. Kind of like we should. Go ahead, Queen. Sorry, friend.
No, you're good. We're doing the jealousy and envy one, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I think jealousy is just like an acknowledgement of a feeling. Like if Kev was eating tacos right now, I would be really jealous of that. Like I would just want a taco, but that's it. It's just acknowledging that I feel that feeling right now. Envy is a lot more of it's all consuming. It kind of becomes you in a way. Like now you moving to try to be that person who only eats tacos and that is all you care about, and you just are a weird taco hoarding person now, and that's just weird. Don't be that person. Just it's cool to want things other people have. That's fine. Like don't be weird about it.
Hold on. Let me check some. AJ?
Like Lala,
AJ?
I need you to let me live
That's
my
funny
life.
because
girl.
like
Because
Lala
I tell
don't
you,
get it.
I'm
We've
like,
been calling,
is that
we've been
her?
saying it about Lion all this time that AJ and them sound the same.
Nah,
We've been
that was
saying, and the
AJ
fact that you
talking. I
just
don't care
saying
what
that,
nobody say. I know AJ when I hear AJ.
that's funny. We all, even she know that. We used to say like, no, hold up, because I knew I actually knew Lion before I knew AJ.
Uh-huh.
And Lion seen a lot. Lion, speaking of love, she love and hate me at the same time. I know that. she been through a lot. We've been through a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
Put her through a
But
lot.
yeah, she done seen the people that I used to hang with, the ones that left me because they couldn't handle my mouth anymore. All type of stuff for real, man. So it's shoot.
I know
Yeah.
AJ when I hear AJ. Don't play with me.
Is this your same page, Nala? Are you?
He said I got all the tea.
Oh, it's the same one. Okay. Okay. Period. She said I got all the
You're
tea.
not crazy. I did change my name.
Okay, I'm like, wait.
Yeah, because that other name we couldn't even tag her because it just leave it blank. I don't know what she did. She put an extra something in there.
I just want to hear them both on the panel. That would be so funny.
Yeah, I did. I got used. I noticed the difference now. When I first met them, I was like, "What the heck?"
Right. Like, I think she has a calmer, like she's a little bit more calm, but they got the same tone. It's crazy in a sense.
Yeah, her voice
I believe she more countryer sounding. Queen is she more countryer than AJ?
AJ.
If that's a word.
It's gonna be
I don't
one
think
today.
it is, but we
It'll
let
be
you
one
say
today.
it.
That's fine. It'll be one today.
That's what I said. I don't think it is, but we gonna let you say it anyway, friend. It's fine.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate y'all. See that love? What is love? You see?
What is
Let
love?
it slide. Be
Let me make
patient
up
with me.
words. It's funny. Sorry. So she said one is a feeling. Go ahead. Say one more time, friend. I couldn't get over the fact you sound like AJ. Say one more time.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Jealousy is just a feeling, and you just acknowledge the feeling. Envy is more consuming. It's where like it's the only feeling that you feel now, and you get people get weird and creepy, and I don't like it. Like envy will make you want to wear a person's skin, and like that's weird. Don't be like that. That's all I'm saying. Just don't be like that.
Hold on, is you trying to bring another group up in here? I ain't trying to talk about them real quick.
God, please don't.
It's like, no, let me stop it through it.
I wasn't kidding. He can be kidding, but I was serious.
Please don't bring them in. I ain't got time for my room. As soon as they drop the 300, I'm
I know.
shutting it down. I don't got time.
And then tomorrow.
Next minute, my job getting called up and all type of stuff. I'm like, what the?
And then tomorrow you won't get more than 4 if you don't talk about it. So.
Right. Hey, I take that. I would take that because I'm not messing with them. I would not mess with them. I learned that earlier on this app. Them
Not
people
they're a
you don't want to
gang.
mess with.
Not kept scared because they're a gang.
They gang. They worse than. They said that they used to say the bee crew was worse. What they call them? The honey bee crew? Or no, not the honey bee. What they call it? Beyonce. I don't know. Whatever.
Beehive, don't you
The
bring them over
beehive.
here. Don't you bring them over here.
Oops, my. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I forgot. She the one that scared it. Right? She's
I
scared of
mean the
them.
wasp. The
I ain't
wasp
scared of
nest.
them, but they they get the buzzing and shit. I ain't got
No,
time
she
for
didn't. Jaden typed it in the chat.
Yeah, well,
You start hearing them out of
I'm
nowhere. Like,
just
what the
gonna
heck is that
start saying
noise? So
that
they just pop
Beyonce's.
up right in the box. They don't even record stuff. It just come in the box. I'd be scared.
I'm just gonna keep saying Beyonce's a witch and see like how long it takes for them to show up.
What do you mean by?
What do you mean by witch? No, she's a witch.
I'm sick of it.
Witch, please.
Witch,
Please.
Go ahead, Jane.
It's all
okay.
you, Jane.
All right. Period. I've been joking so much.
Period, poo.
So jealousy and envy are both feelings of desire. Both of them you feel, and it could either be tangible items or intangible items, okay? But most of the time people think that envy is much more powerful than jealousy, but it's the opposite. Jealousy is much more powerful than being envious because most of the time that involves something that you already have, and then it's threatened by somebody else when it's jealousy. And it could be hostile situations. Usually it's like special relationships, personalized relationships, things of that nature. And it can actually be in a form of like a betrayal, right? But envy is not having a desire for something, but you're watching somebody else like something or enjoy it. It doesn't come with betrayal. It doesn't come with having to know them personally or none of that. It's just giving somebody the stank eye. So envy is not as strong as jealousy is, because jealousy is most of the time somebody that's close to you. And most of the time you're plotting, planning, and trying to destroy based on something that you already have or something that somebody else already has, and they already have to try to protect it. So we have that kind of backwards because envy sounds worse than jealousy, but it's not.
Okay, so everyone else is
Oh,
positive
and look, she
that
hate
jealousy.
us.
I know. So everyone else is positing
She
that
hate us. All right.
envy means what?
What?
Envy means that pretty much you don't have to desire it, but you are watching somebody else enjoy it, and you're giving a stink eye because they enjoy it so much. Like somebody got their brand new car, but you may have the same car, but because they like it so much, oh my God, I'm giving you the stink eye. Why do you like that car so much?
Yeah, I take that as that's so weird because definition wise, I think that's jealousy. I don't think you need to want it to be jealous. I think you need to want it to be envious. I think he's about to read the definition. That's why I asked, because I think you have to want it to be envious of somebody.
Nope.
But I can be jealous and just not like it that you have it. I just don't like it.
Y'all all wrong.
It invokes the same emotion.
No, we're not.
It
Kev, we're
causes
not doing this tonight because we're actually not wrong. But I'm gonna let him go
Oh,
ahead.
y'all wrong.
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh,
It's the same thing I mentioned in her room when
I'm
I
gonna
did
say
it.
you have to have a relationship to be jealous.
No, I didn't. I know. I said usually. Now this the key thing, right?
Uh-huh.
What it say? It with jealousy, it takes 3 parties. Envy only takes 2, or 2 or more, right? That's the difference between it. Jealousy is always gonna be 3 parties. Hello, but let me go ahead and read this out for y'all real quick.
Right. I said that though. I said
It's
a
simple,
threatened
Google,
by a
man. I don't
third
know why people
person.
just don't do that. You know?
It's a threatened by a third person is jealousy, but envy is just it's a lack of desire for something, but at the end of the day, somebody else has it and you're just mad because they got it.
Yeah.
They like it.
Correct.
Facts. That's envy. That's most definitely envy.
Sorry. When you think about how it plays out, like I see the way white tea people kind of react to black people, and I really think at the end of it, it's just envy. But yeah, envy is one of the deadliest sins. Go ahead. I think you were gonna. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Kevin. But yeah, I think it's just this. You were right, Jane. It's absolutely about wanting some. You just don't want that person to have it.
I like the way you came in. I'm sorry. She just came on the panel and just owned it. Okay, I'm
He froze, I think. Oh,
Oh,
he's
there you
back.
go. I'm back. All right, hold on. Let me turn this AC off. It be getting hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold. That's what they should have called bipolar.
That's what
Like they got the wrong
happens.
definition.
You don't ever share your food with us, so you're hot and cold. That's what happened.
Ooh, not you put me on spot like that.
I envy.
You right. So let's get to it. Let me read it, and this made it even easier to know the difference, right? So one of the key things I already mentioned, and take a third. That's the reason why I mentioned when I was in that room, it usually be a relationship, with jealousy, and jealousy usually come from out of love. Like you can be jealous of, jealous of your kids can be jealous of each other because they feel like, because you picked a favorite or something. That's jealousy, right? They're not going to be envious. But okay, let's get to it though. So it's just simple, right? I just looked up what is the difference between envy and jealousy. Let's get it, baby. All right, envy and jealousy, let's say, are both negative feelings that involve wanting something another person has. Okay, so that's the part we could say that's key. That's kind of key thing, but it's deep. It's more detailish though, right? Envy is longing for someone else's things, qualities, or luck, while jealousy is an unpleasant suspicion that somebody might take something away from you. Hello. So one of them is that's what I was meaning about. That's why I usually be like, or you'll see like jealousy be towards relationship, because it's something that you already have. So you have this feeling towards somebody because you think it's going to get taken away. That's what jealous. Now envy, you don't have it, but you want it because you want to take it away. It's the opposite. So it's really like, it's kind of like the opposite with those two. They the same thing, right? They the same thing when it comes to wanting something another person have, but it's like more detailish though. But that's why I say like usually, and then the ending part say envy is usually between 2 people, while jealousy is usually between 3
or more.
So yeah.
But wow.
Yeah.
I think envy is very dangerous when you think about it.
It is.
I like think about a mother and daughter, and a mother who's envious of her daughter. The way in which she will talk down to her daughter, the way she will try to compete with her by sleeping with her boyfriend. Like envy can be very dangerous, and I think it's a sign of really narcissism to think that you are entitled to someone else's qualities, achievements, and you had nothing to do with attaining it. You just don't like that they have like that's crazy. And I've seen, I mean, even on a cultural level, like if you think about it, and I mean, this is where I'm probably going to hurt some feelings, but there are groups of women, right, who don't really care about our men. They don't really care, really, at the end of the day. They just don't like that a man who is black, has made it, is successful, and might, not want her. I think there are a lot of like non-black women who envy black women, not because they really genuinely respect and love blackness. They just want to have access. Does that make sense? That's just me. I know that might hurt some feelings saying that.
Hey, stick your chest out when you in here. That's one thing I should have made clear. You stick your chest out in here. That's what we doing. You feel me?
It makes sense.
Stick it out. All right. All right. So everybody, y'all got it. Y'all got it, or any agreements or disagreements about that?
Wait, I wanted to add a caveat to that when it comes to like that envy thing, that I think it's important to realize that in these people's heads, you did take something away from them. Like in their heads, they have that thing, and you having that thing just made it obvious to them that they don't now. So now they feel the need to take it from you because they have. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Okay. Yes. Go ahead. I go ahead and land your plane. But you were saying a word. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's it. I don't the train left. Don't worry about it. Continue on, moving forward.
But it's like in their minds, they think they are so amazing, so et cetera, that they just deserve this thing. So the fact that you have something that obviously should be theirs, it's like, how dare you take what's already, like, even though it's not theirs, they think that they are just the assumed they should just inherit that thing. And the fact that you have this thing and they don't is a reflection of the absence of them actually having it. And then there's like this internal like conflict that happens where, wait, I know I'm good enough to have this thing, but if I'm good enough to have this thing, how dare this person remind me that I don't have this thing? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's toxic. That's sick. That's sick.
That's perfectly correct. Yeah, it is. It really is. But yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. Y'all remember? Do you guys remember hearing that story back like a couple years ago where that girl took her friends? She like just made a whole bunch of money. She took all her girlfriends to a trip in Mexico to like a resort, and they unalived her. Do you guys remember hearing that story?
Willow Robertson.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was very sad.
These were her friends, her friends who, and think about the kind of heart that girl has to think like, okay, I made it, let me treat my friends. And to think that people they would take this fully paid trip, and then in their minds they're thinking like, oh, I hate her, like we should, like, that's crazy.
Yep. Those were her frenemies, and they were jealous that she was successful and had a successful lifestyle and had a man and had a family.
They were envious.
Or is that
envious?
That's envy.
Technically, that's jealousy. Those are personal relationships that dug deep into.
Oh, I get you. I thought you were saying other things that they had.
Yeah, when it's the stuff that they have, it's envy.
Yeah, it's envy. Yeah, that'd be
But
envy.
if you look at it, they weren't too different from what she was as far as what they have accomplished, because she wasn't that old. They were all very young.
Exactly. And that's why
when it's like that, it has to be. That's why I think it probably does fall into the category of jealousy, because they might not want what she has necessarily, but it's just that she has what she has. That it's like, you stupid girl. You know what I mean?
And she
The bitterness because a friend if a friend getting taken away because of certain things, that could be jealousy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was cool with one of the girls, or like two of the girls, more than the other ones, because she called them more frequently than she did the entire group.
Oh, look at what she's thinking about this Friday.
Yeah.
More frequently.
Yeah. I'm trying to say the words right because the wine being kicked in, but first turn on Friday.
Frequent.
What did she say?
What did you say?
What do you guys think about situations where, like, maybe you were with a man and it didn't work out or whatever, but your best friend was with you, like, during that whole time, and then y'all break up, and then not even a short period of time passes, and your best friend is now dating your ex-man. Is that envy, or is that just let them just be in love and do their thing? What do you guys think?
I don't know
I
about
wouldn't
that.
care about them being together, but that person couldn't be my friend.
Yeah, that don't sound cool. I don't know.
Yeah, like
what?
I don't care about y'all being together. I'm not gonna like stop you or be like, because I don't. If I've left him, I don't want him. That's nothing you do is gonna make me want him. You know what I mean? But if you go and do something, if you go and do that, then I just don't consider you my friend, and that's just me.
I was on a live earlier, and a woman was
That's a
literally
good
telling
question. I need
me,
to make that a topic though. That's deep.
she said that I was wrong and I was controlling because I said you were being a bad friend for trying to start a relationship with your ex, your
Yeah, there's 8 billion people on the planet, bro. You could have found someone else. I'm sorry.
When it comes to women, right, if we're going to be honest, the way we compete with each other is very relational. Men compete with each other based off of like skills. Like if another man is more skilled, they'll compete. But women are really about like, oh, I just want to make sure this girl next to me just doesn't outshine me. And you see this all the time with like 13, 14-year-old girls, the way they emotionally bully each other, right? It's really about making other girls seem less than. And so when I hear like stories of like this girl was saying last night, oh, why are you trying to control me? Like, if I have a connection with your ex, then we have a connection, and you trying to stop him from moving on. And I'm just thinking, like, girl, like, you don't just one day like sleep with your best friend's ex. Like, there has to be stuff happening in the background. And if you want to be with someone who has harmed me, then you're not really my friend, because part of friendship is making sure you protect me, right? Like, that's weird. It's not a control thing. It's a, do you care about like doing things that could be harmful to me? And she couldn't get it. Like she kept, anyway, I just wanted to see what you guys thought, because I know there are people who think like, oh, let those people be free, but they don't understand.
Yeah, they can be free away from me.
But she's being a bad friend, right?
No, well, she's definitely being a bad friend. Let me explain. You know, here's the thing. This is why I don't put it past people when people are like, I would never cheat. I would never. I'm like, listen, everyone has the capacity to do everything. Anybody who doesn't fall into those traps are stopping themselves, but doesn't mean you cannot do it. And so humans are made to connect with one another. And so usually what'll happen is you'll connect with another human being if you allow yourself to build that type of intimate relationship.
Correct.
The only way that you got to a place where you feel comfortable dating him is if you've allowed you guys to have such a close relationship that you've built a connection.
Yikes!
And so if that's the case, that means you didn't set any boundaries. You didn't make sure, you didn't know his favorite color, his favorite food. You were doing things that put you in a position to be vulnerable enough to build a relationship, instead of valuing our friendship enough to keep a safe distance away.
Yikes! You
And
are
so to me, you're a
100%
bad
that's right,
friend.
Lola. 100%.
I'm gonna say, ain't gonna lie, I dated best friend, one of my best friends.
JD, drop her. I'm just kidding. Wait, let me tell my swear.
Yeah,
I love you,
I
honest. I'm just playing.
dated a homegirl ex, but I didn't know.
Look what you
okay.
did. You done made Kev twin go away.
She said, that's it. I can't take it. I'm gone.
See, Arthur just left because she hates cats. No, I'm kidding. No. But yeah, I'm gonna say I dated my homegirl ex, and I didn't know it till my cousin. She had hit me. She was like, "Hey, you know, you dating our childhood best friend, like ex?" And I said, "What?" I said, "I'm dating who?" And I was like, "Oh." When she told me who it was, I was like, "Oh!" I immediately cut the situation off, because I was like, "Oh, that's my diaper." The fuck, like, it's I'm not tripping, because I wasn't even entertaining. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me.
Yes, ma'am.
You? Oh, okay. Yeah, I just cut it off. Like, cause I was like, first of all, I wasn't feeling the situation no way because I was like, you got too much going on in your life. Like, you got a baby mama. I'm not sure your baby mom's over you and stuff. So, yeah. My cousin, for some reason, she fought your baby mama, but she claimed she was protecting my name. But it's hard for me to believe that. Uh, it's hard for me to believe certain things when I know certain people. Um,
Can I chime in right quick? Oh, you coming? Up. Yep. Stand on the Wi-Fi box, sir. But see, that's why I got a small booty hole tight circle of friends. And me and my friends, we have this whole thing. Me and my friends, we known each other since we were yay high, since we was elementary school. So when we was growing up, we did this little thing where if you meet somebody, you get on a call with everybody on that big old house phone on three-way, and we talk about who that person is. If anybody ever tried to talk to them, did they try to talk to the friends, vice versa. So then if you try to talk to any of my friends and my friends felt the same way, we couldn't talk to you. Like, that was like a no-no. You couldn't even say, what's up? I'm trying to talk to you. Let me get your number to a friend. Because at that point, you are interested in that person. And that's going to cause conflict. Then another thing that we did, even out of state, I would ask my homegirls out of state. I'd be like, you travel. So have you ever met such and such? And another thing that we did was we made sure that we didn't have direct communication. And we still don't. We don't have direct communication with our friends' spouses, lovers, whatever. If that person is not in the same room with the person that we know, and it's not like it's a friendly conversation where we're all in a group, we're not talking. You can't call me and ask me for advice. You can't text me privately. I don't care. And then immediately you become like a Barbie doll. You don't have a body part. Once you're with that person, you are like, bro. And I'm not saying that I'm going to be calling you brother, because I feel like sometimes that's disrespectful too. But at the end of the day, you are an extension of my friend. And when that is cut off, bye-bye.
Bye. See, that is love. That to me is love. That to me is putting your sisters above all else. And I would love to have a relation, like a group of women who would look out for us so deeply. Can you imagine how tight their kids are going to be? She's calling. They're calling each other out of state. Like, girl, what's the? Yeah, like,
those are my nieces and nephews, honey. We be sending each other gifts. We visit each other. We've been out of the country with each other to visit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it should
I'm not gonna lie, but some people ain't built like that. I'm gonna say.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say this. I had a family member, right? We had a family event, and one of my cousins, she used to date this guy that this other cousin of mine is dating now. And ain't gonna lie, it was awkward to see.
Them together.
I guess the cousin who used to talk to the dude, she felt some type of way. So she had hit him up and was like, "Oh, I see you, you dating my cousin."
So weird.
And I'm like, why the fuck do you care? I'm like, that shit that y'all had was 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. Why does it even fucking matter?
Yeah.
I'm like, it wasn't even a relationship. Like,
there's a level
you
to
know how
this.
you can tell when two people were just sleeping together, but they never had a relationship. But you can tell that y'all was sleeping together for so long to where you thought you had a relationship.
But I don't want to talk to you. Listen, I don't want to talk to you if you. I'm trying to find a nice way to say it. Wait a minute. I don't want to think about the fact that your pinochle has seen her hoo-ha. Okay, and I'm gonna think about that consistently. I'm gonna be like, oh God, every time I see you. That's me. I don't think that's everybody. But that's me.
That's a lot of men too. And once a female cheat, that's all he see is she giving up that hoo-ha, throwing it back to the next man.
I'm so sick of you. And you ain't lying though, but that's my thing. Like, you gotta. I
It's
think
like we
what people don't
traumatize
realize
them.
is
We
like
traumatize
people
them.
and women make connections. Like, it's fine that y'all can say, I don't care. I don't care if people hate that I say this, and I don't care. I never have, and I never will. When you bumping and grinding with people, you are forming connections. There's no way you're not. It's an intimate event, especially for women.
Thank you.
It's a very intimate thing that's happening. And if you are incapable of forming those connections, that's a whole nother issue. So for me, I don't believe anybody who says, yeah, I was doing it to nothing with them, but like, I don't feel nothing out. It don't mean nothing to me. Like, that's not true. I don't believe you. I don't. And if it don't, you need therapy
If a
immediately.
woman don't feel it, she really wasn't in it.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? There is this sex positive, like, cultural thing that's happening right now where your body count doesn't matter. You can sleep with men, like men sleep with women. And there are a lot of women out here who don't want to be in committed relationships, but they will absolutely sleep with your man. And they don't want you to shame them
Are you
for it.
shaming women?
I am.
Shaming women. Yeah, I think we need a standard. I think
I try to act like I was a
That's okay.
pander
We
because she
shame
ain't never
women all
said
the
that.
time. It's okay. We shame women all the time.
I
You're
don't
fine.
really like her. I like the more she talk, man.
You're right though. It's a seriously falling standard. That's why you say like, oh, so you got women said sharing men, because that's what I call it. And I don't do that.
And you have to, and you're sex shaming or slut shaming if you tell your friend, hey, I don't want you to be around my man, but you know her history, like you know that she has a history of sleeping with other girls, like you know what I mean, like
Well, here's my thing, and this is when I haven't heard it often. If there's nothing
They'll
wrong
say
with it,
you're
then you go talk
insecure,
to your
sis. They'll say
11-year-old
you're
daughter.
insecure.
If there's nothing wrong with it, let me go talk to your 11-year-old daughter and tell her to sleep with all the boys in her class and tell her there's nothing wrong with it. If you're gonna stop me from doing that, then you know that there's something wrong with your actions.
Yes,
Whoa. Just tell my 11-year-old daughter, just take a chocolate milk one at a time.
That's what I'm saying. But if I go tell you, let me go tell your 11-year-old daughter, it's okay. She can kiss all the boys in class. It's fine. Don't let your mom shame you.
That's why I'm scared, because like a lot of these young women think that like they use their female friends as a way to get to men, not because they actually value like other women. And so if at any point you tell your friend like, hey, these are my boundaries, etc., the way in which like envy will overcome her, and she will just so she can be able to put you back in your place, she will do some dog. I have heard women talking about sleeping with people's parents. Like, it's crazy.
Oh God. Oh yeah, me too. They'll say like, I'll sleep with your dad. Don't play with me. And I'm like, ew, really?
Or your granddaddy.
That's what you like? You like old man PP? That's nasty.
You know your dad got a check. Your dad got a check.
Yeah. Or let's say you don't disagree. Let's say you disagree with a woman. She will literally go find your husband and try to sleep with him. Just because you guys had a disagreement. Like, that's the way envy works with us, and it's scary. Because
It's so weird. I had a girl write me that on Facebook. She was like, "Oh, you're mad because I'm prettier than you." She was like, "Let me test your man. Let me inbox your man."
Let me test your man.
I said, damn. I told her, I said, wow, you're so desperate enough to sit up here to put yourself at test, inside of a social experiment, because she was trying to test to see what he sit up here and talk to her. And I'm like, at the end of the day, if he do talk to you, it's because we are accepting you inside this relationship. We ain't just entertaining women, just to entertain women. The fuck. Like, he's not that dude.
So much respect for other women and other women's relationships, marriages, whatever. I just don't get involved myself, especially with relationships or marriages, because I ain't got no advice. You marry who you marry. That's your man. But when it come down to it, like, my mama sat on the couch. My mama was, I believe, jealous and envious of me, right? And she told me she was jealous of me.
That's okay.
But she sat on the couch and said to my husband, can I have some of your DNA to make myself a man?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, like my own mother.
Wait, what?
Yeah, my bio mom sat on the couch during Thanksgiving dinner and turned to my husband and said, can I have some of your DNA and make me a man?
Stop it.
And I had to continue to cook in the kitchen. I was cooking. She didn't even cook. Nothing. And at the end of the day, that's why I have close relationships with the women that I am cool with and that I do call my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I've always had to deal with Everything that I do, there's always going to be
Wait, you said your real mama?
yeah. My
Alright.
real mama.
What was it like growing up with a mom like that who was envious of you? Did you know she was?
Yeah, girl. So let me say, okay, I'm sorry, Kia, I'm out the monologue right quick. So my mama grew up during the Jim Crow era, right? And she grew up as the dark-skinned Black woman. I love my mother's color. I love everything about my mother, right? She's very beautiful. But she had her children and she got married based on the fact that everybody else was getting married, and she wanted to have lighter children or lighter skinned children because she didn't want them to go through the same thing, because when you're going through Jim Crow, you don't think it's going to change, right? The same way we're going through 2024, right? So anyway, when she had us, I'm the only girl out of 7 boys.
Oh no.
Other children outside of the marriage, and then I have 3 brothers with my mom and dad. So I'm the only girl, right? After the marriage dissolved itself, then here's this light-skinned little girl that I can't stand, because you're a light-skinned child, and I'm just gonna dump all of my issues on you. Even though I used to think I was ugly because I looked like my dad. You know what I'm saying? I thought, oh, I'm not feminine at all. I don't look like my mom. I'm not her hue. I don't
But
have,
she envied your skin color.
yeah. So she broke my nose before. She kicked me in my face. She disowned me. I was locked up a few times and primarily given away to the state. I was a ward of the state for about 6 months until my dad had to leave the military to come and get me. But I'm going to say this. It made me a better person in general. It made me understand the word forgiveness and how to forgive, and not to place someone else's burdens on me, and then having to understand that my mother is who she is, and I have to understand and forgive her for that as well. You know what I'm saying? So it made my relationships stronger, and I guarded myself with who can come in and who can come out of my life. And I've never been a part of huge circles, or I wanted to be around a bunch of people just because I couldn't trust that everybody's intentions were going to be good, because here's somebody that love bombs and then tells me that I'm going to get, by the age of 9 because I started my cycle. So I was supposed to be a slut. You know what I'm saying? At 9 years old.
That's crazy.
But it was horrible. It was like living like the child called It. I was pretty much out there on my own. By the age I'm 12 years old, I was doing hair and making money by myself because I didn't have a means for my mom to give me anything. She wouldn't buy me underwear. She wouldn't comb my head. She wouldn't do anything. So it just made me love the connections that I do have. I do have other mothers or mother figures. I have a stepmom that I love dearly. And then all of my friends, my 3 best friends, we also share that relationship because I see their moms as my mom. I was able to see the connection that was more positive with how they treated their daughters. And I took away from that. And then I treat my kids a certain way. So
God bless you. God bless you, Jane. You are a testament to what real love is. Because there's so many people who may have not gotten to where you are given what has happened. And the fact that you've been able to transform that pain and to find people who are your tribe and to love them and be seen by them, I think I commend you. I commend the woman you are and who you're growing into. I commend the way in which you use this as a way to develop your boundaries and know who you are and to protect yourself. You are so strong. I am weeping for that girl who you deserved more. But I think also that girl sees that in you, that you have been able to be the woman that you needed, even if mom wasn't. So shout out to you, Jane.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank you.
I
I
wouldn't
needed
even
that.
notice that you went.
Oh, you breaking up with someone on that Wi-Fi?
She always on the top of the mountain. What you doing? I was just thinking about what you said, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. This is why I say when people say like the absent father is at fault, people don't understand how impactful, how much more impactful it might be to have a present but toxic mother. So when they say like this man wasn't here and that's the biggest issue, a big part of the issues might be the person who was there, because you still are in some cases damaging this person every single day they are living in a house with you.
Exactly.
It's like going to the forest and seeing a bear, and that bear follows you home, right? So it's consistent, and it's called complex post traumatic stress disorder. But it's
Tell me
like
why I'm over
constant.
here.
What?
I'm about to say, just tell me why I'm over here at Goldilocks' house. No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
Nah, for real. Cause where you at, bro? You can't
And the problem that I have with it is like women, this envy gets codified in our culture, and so girls can't even express their natural femininity without being called fast. But it's not because they're fast; it's because mom is envious. See what I'm saying? Like the abuse that women can inflict is very, very dangerous. Like you said, it can last beyond the event, right? Like it can follow you. It can even be intergenerational. And then the crazy part too about it all is we don't even talk about it. Or at least when men, or even worse, when men talk about it, right? We always play that, oh, like, what did you do? Da 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 da. But
yeah, at least she was present. At least she was there. At least she fed me. And I'm like, guys, that's the bare. I'm sorry. Okay, maybe people don't like when I say this, but that's the bare minimum.
Period.
I'm a mother of 2. That is the bare minimum. Your job, you had these kids. They did not have themselves. I'm not patting you on the back for feeding your children. You shouldn't have had them if you couldn't feed them. So the reality is what I will pat you on the back for is being a good mother. I will not pat you on the back for being a mother and meeting the bare minimum. So when women are celebrated and they're like, and it's fine, and they're like I was watching this show the other day, and it was a girl who got some surgery. It was a wife who got some surgeries. Her children are all under 5. Now, a normal person would have thought about it and waited until her kids were a little bigger, but I'm gonna keep going. And her husband got left to do everything with these children because she decided to get an elective surgery right now. She couldn't pick her baby up. She couldn't do anything to help him. He was spiraling. It was very clear that he was spiraling. She came back and said, like, when the man was talking about how difficult it was, the woman on the panel said to him, women do it every day. Women do everything by themselves every day. And my biggest thing was, that doesn't matter. You know why? Because they chose, like, that's something that they've chosen to put themselves in. I think is a result of your either a result of your choices, or it is your choice to do it all by yourself.
So biased.
I am biased. I am absolutely biased. You know I am. I've always been. I'm biased for sure because I don't. The thing is, it's different. It hits different. People don't like it when women who don't have children say these things. That's why I will say them, because I have kids. And so if I'm doing it all by myself, you chose to be in this position. That man has a partner who in some cases, in some way, a little bit abandoned him and left him to figure it out all by himself for something that was so selfish, in my opinion. And so the reality is a lot of women are not being held accountable because we're just celebrating the fact that they're there.
Oh my God, women are always being held accountable. You're just
Hold
so
on.
biased.
I wanted to speak for a second.
Oh my God.
I wanted to speak for a second, just to change the narrative a little bit on moms and daughters. I wouldn't typically say my mom was jealous of me. She was extremely hard on me, but I know her background because I grew up with her family. Her family just like hated women in general. Like, even though it was a family full of women, my grandma only had daughters. My grandfather had a whole bunch of daughters and probably very few sons. When the men came around during the holidays, we catered to them. They were the kings of the household. Women were treated like the Stepford wives, the slaves. We had to do this and that for the men. So I kind of knew how my mom grew up, so I understood it. When me and my mom get into it, my brothers, because I'm the only girl, they would say, why are you still talking to her? Why are you still around her? It's because I understand her. And I wouldn't say my mom hated me. And my mom grew up being kept away from her father. So she was kind of jealous and envious of the fact that she tried to keep me away from my father, but he wasn't having it. But when she didn't get to grow up with her dad being in her life. When my grandma remarried, her dad wasn't allowed to come around. My grandpa paid, well, my step grandpa, I found out when I was an adult that he was my step grandpa and not my actual grandpa. He paid my mom's biological dad to stay away from her after he married my grandmother. And that was
Oh.
terrible. So after I understood my mom's story and how she grew up, I understood why she was so hard
Oh.
on me my entire life. My mom used to fight me like I was a grown adult. But even as a grown adult, I guarantee you nobody can step to me because I will whoop their ass. Still.
It's
But
so interesting. It's so interesting how women, like
Hey, we all
mothers.
been through that. Well, I ain't gonna say we all, but I can definitely say I know a lot of black women who literally had their mama
Oh.
tell them, "Oh, throw them hands up. Let's throw them hands." And
mm-hmm.
honestly, some of my cousins got off on their mama. They don't give a fuck because,
Right.
baby, it is what it
See,
is.
this is,
Woman
but
to woman.
the thing, we are missing so much knowledge and wisdom by not understanding our moms and their story. So
Mm-hmm.
mothers, like and for mothers who have gone through it, instead of using it as an opportunity to really connect with their daughters, they use their daughters as a mirror to get all that shame and ugliness out. And the thing
Right.
is, like, so much is being missed. So much is being missed every single generation. When we don't have support networks where we can rely on each other, when we don't have like Jane and her friends, right? They all hold each other accountable, like they don't mess with each other's men, et cetera, because there's a certain level of respect for one another. Like, think about how much is missing because generation by generation, there are so many mothers competing and fighting with their
Mm-hmm.
daughters. Just like simple basic things like how you take care of yourself, how you love yourself, how
Mm-hmm.
you cook, and like certain things that only your mama can show you. You are disconnected from because like of this, and it's just I admire you for being empathetic towards her. I don't know, maybe she needs to hear, maybe one day she'll get to a point where she can finally put the guard down and just connect.
Oh, of course. I've always
Yeah.
given my mom her flowers to put her guard down. I let her know
Very
how
good
much
to
she is
hear.
loved. I let her know how much she has taught me and that she's the woman that shaped me to be who I am. She doesn't have to be jealous of who I am because she is the reason I am who I am. And I let her
Okay.
know that every single day.
You're beautiful, Jay.
Yes, girl.
Good.
Beautiful. My mama just naturally got that shit in her. My mama, she's a very outstanding, outspoken, very
Hmm.
loud, and life of the party type person. Like you can't tell her nothing. She'll walk up in a. My mama, she the type of woman. She don't give a damn if if ain't nobody dancing in the room. She gonna be the only one dancing. She gonna turn up, make sure she have a good
Oh my
time.
God, I love that. I love those type of women. I have an
And
auntie like that. She's the life of the party.
yes, and my mama, I always tell her like, "Mama, you look good. Mama, you out here." My mom, she wants marriage, like from my sister, father. And the thing is, I always tell her, it doesn't matter if your son walk down that aisle. It don't matter if I walk down that aisle. At the end of the day, you've been in a relationship longer than everybody. And at the end of the day, it hasn't failed you yet. You is still with your baby father.
And I did want to
I,
switch the narrative a little bit about, I just want to like bring up men for a second because my ex was jealous of my sons. And once I realized it, I knew he could not be around them
How'd you figure that out?
because my oldest son, for instance, he never hugged them. He never kissed them. He never played with them. My son has been neglected since the day he was born. He was like, since he's
Oh.
always had strength. He always been smart. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like every single time, every chance he gets, every chance my ex-husband get, he would try to denounce my son on any single thing he does. And he tries to find flaws in everything he does. My son is very handsome. My ex is insecure about his looks because he's a big guy. And my son at 12 years old have a six pack and is in sports and is very good at every single thing he does. And my ex hates that. He never acknowledged him. He never it's like he
Oh.
doesn't like him. You can obviously see that he treats him as a person he doesn't like.
Mm-hmm.
And I really
That
hate that
happens a
for my
lot.
kids.
That happens a lot. It happens way too commonly, and I think part of it is yes, it's envy, but I think there's also this weird thing that adults do where they will use for example, instead of encouraging him and being a good example of what it means to be a man, right? They will compete with that young boy.
Yep.
And they will use this rhetoric like, oh, well, the world isn't going to be kind to him, so I have to do this. But that's not
Exactly.
true. Like, if you move with love, you can correct a son, you can correct him, you can guide
Exactly. That's
him,
why I
you
said I
can be
want
with
my
love.
kids, I want my sons to be around a man they can learn from, not a man that's gonna tell them put their head down. No, I don't tell my sons to put their head down.
And
I don't tell my sons to not be the
mm,
light that's shining.
that's see, and they will grow up with a complex. I God forbid, but in general, like these men will grow up with these wounds that they're not even aware of, and then when they find themselves like trying to seek fulfillment in like other things, we wonder why. It starts
Exactly.
here.
Just because you didn't get to do the things you got to do when you were a teenager, you didn't get to do those things because you were overweight or because you decided to stay in the house and play the game instead of going outside and working on your techniques like my son does. You don't have to tell my son he can't do this and that, but just because you didn't do it.
I think when it comes to certain things, certain parenting type of ways, or whatever case may be, people got to realize this. After you become a certain age, especially when you get around your parents and you are another adult, at the end of the day, you got to still realize, doesn't matter if you're their child, you still a grown ass motherfucker.
Exactly.
And some parents will look at you like, hey, if you don't carry yourself a certain way around me and my man, they start to look at you a certain way because it's
Or you
like,
think you
why are
better than
you in them
me?
small ass shorts? Like
No
you
child
no
fear
no,
that.
like it's almost like as if you're getting treated like it's just like, let's say, like you said, you got a son. Your son is, let's say he's 17, right? No, he in shape, he working out, whatever. Let's say you got a man, right? Your son walking around with his shirt off, and you the type to sit up here and the father sit up here and say, hey, put a shirt on, boy. You shouldn't be walking around the house like that. You get what I'm saying? You a man now. It's just sign of respect. Respect still show respect to my woman, because at the end of the day, yes, it's your mother, my woman, but this is my lady. You get what I'm saying? You carry yourself a certain way around her. I think a lot of people, but I do also believe that you do have those parents who are envious of their children. Like you said, when you are living a different lifestyle that they didn't get to live, because I really witnessed that. Like me and my cousins, and my brother, we took a trip to Miami. Some elders in our family felt some type of way, and they tried to throw shade. And it was the shade that they fucking threw. It was like, hold on. Like, is you serious? Like, this coming from you? Like, for real? Like, and it's like you can tell that when you throw shade at the youngsters or the people that's younger than you, like, it gives off, I'm hating, I'm jealous, I'm mad. Now you're putting yourself in a competition where now you're about to start trying to take trips. You trying to flex and come around and try to get recognition. Well, get the younger people to recognize what you doing in life. You get what I'm saying? You just start bringing up your chains and your business, and it's like, that's good. It's good that you're doing that, but stop trying to shit on me, while trying to belittle me with your businesses. At the end of the day, I'm not hating. I'm not mad at you for doing what grown people supposed to do. Like, you get what I'm saying? You grown. You supposed to have a business. You supposed to have accomplishments. You supposed to be moving towards your purpose. Like, I'm not sure if it's just when the younger adults become grown adults, it's like the actual adults who did raise those younger adults to be grown. It's like they get to a point in life where they start to look at you like, oh, so you think you like, you know, those parents that be like saying, oh, I want my kid to be better than me, I want you to do better than me, but when you actually start doing better, they start looking at you funny.
Right.
Like damn, you became my biggest hater. You supposed to be my biggest fan.
Right.
You supposed to be not my biggest fan, my biggest supporter.
Where did Kev go?
I don't know. You know, he be sitting up here,
You better not be going into
ducking and
bed.
dodging, ducking and
Okay.
dodging.
So I want to have an accountable moment, Kev, because your room is about accountability. To the third question.
Let's get it.
So it is in love more important than love itself in a relationship? What is in love? Please explain. Okay. So in love, I hit on this last time. It's more like an infatuation, you know. And being in a relationship, or being in a marriage, really dating your spouse is very important. And you find new keys and factors of falling in love with them, and it just grows and grows if you're doing it right? But I'm gonna be accountable. I was never in love with my spouse. I was in love with the idea of getting it right. So in love is very important when
Me
it comes
too.
down to a marriage, but it's not more important than love because nothing trumps love.
I completely agree.
I just want to see where everybody at with that too. That's what I wanted to see. Man, I don't be getting the crowd that I be really looking for. Cause I need a lot of people. I think I might have to just keep on doing this. I know these are the ones I'm probably gonna bring back up though. But
I think
yeah,
Kev got bored because we turned this into a female empowerment space.
nah, I don't know what. I'll let y'all rock it out. I don't know
It was beautiful though. It was what we needed. You know what I'm saying? We needed to hear that. Kev bored, but we not. You know.
I never said I was bored.
Kev over there eating snacks. He bored.
I do the same thing. I let people rock. As we let people rock. Steady rocking on.
I'm a bad parent. Both my sons still up.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
She's a bad, bad girl.
Terrible.
She's a bad girl. Her peoples are still up. What the? I said, DJ, won't you put this song on blast?
They watching church TV. Watching Christian cartoons.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Today in 2024. I gotta get up early.
Yeah, they just picked it up all by themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
They already know. They see what type of world we living in.
Yeah. Oh, my oldest son, when he was like 3, he said, God is mad. He just came up to me one day and was like, God is mad. I was like, I know. Yeah, they picked it up on the phone.
Did he make it specific or he just said it?
Yeah. Just came up to me one day and said, God mad. But anyway, I'm sorry.
What the heck?
Everybody leave. And I'm about to go to bed too, cause.
Okay, so nobody answering the questions. Like what?
Everybody look like.
Come up here, Con.
What?
I might play the video game with everybody about. That's fine.
Okay, because I wanted to answer the in love question.
What you got for
So my opinion on that is, would I say is it more important? I think I think mm, love is important to a certain extent. Because I think the only real reason why I see it as being important is because people have done many great things off of love. But when somebody's really in love, that makes you that means that they prioritize you. That means you're really showing an importance in this person's life to the point where they love you enough to sit up here and be your emotional support system. They're they love you so much to the point where it's like you the only person that can only get away with certain things when it comes to them. Everybody don't have the same effect on that person like you do when you're in love. I think I think love itself in a relationship, but I don't think that there's no way to how do you say that? Like, cause love is love. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like you can't love. There's no level to love, if that makes sense. Cause it's like, oh, I love you way, 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 way more. Like than you love me. Like, hold on, wait. That because you say you love me way, way more, right? Does that necessarily means that? Because she could say the same thing and it still won't. It's like you're still giving this person the same amount of love. The only way that you're not giving the same amount of love if their words not matching their actions. You get what I'm saying? Because love is an action. It's a way that you can show a person affection. It is a way that you could sit up here and be romantic and express the way you love someone. Not everybody has that. Some people don't even know how to express their love. Some people express their love through abuse. Some people express their love through, by doing naive shit that they wouldn't even do if it was somebody else. You get what I'm saying? Like, those, like how you got certain guys out here who would sit up here that it's like you'll go brain dead when you come across a fine chick and you just start doing stupid shit that you normally wouldn't do if it was an ugly chick. Like, it'll be like stuff, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. But people do crazy shit out of love, out of liking somebody, or even if you think it's love, sometimes it just might be lust. But yeah, love languages is meant to be stuck in. You can't change it, but most choose not to. Okay, I need to get some.
Man, did I mess that up? Love language. It's supposed to be isn't. I put what the. I hate when I do stuff like that. Kind of hate. It's supposed to be
But they think
isn't.
they're talking about, please.
Love language isn't meant to be stuck in. You can change it, but most choose not to. Yeah, I gotta change that. Speaking of changing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just go to the next one. What do loving yourself looks like? Do people mix arrogance, prideful? I think I read that right.
I said, DJ,
Yeah,
won't you put that
that's so
song on blast? Hold up, I got you. Give me 1 second, this thing.
I'm not worrying about vocals, okay?
Dang, I got it on that. Okay, then I got that. Gotta take it off fix. How do I make it back my regular screen? I thought about that. Straight out like that.
Hold on a Self love. Um, I think when loving self is simply you caring enough to sit up here and sit with self, to get to know self, to understand self. You sitting up here, you know, not allowing certain people to treat you a certain way, talk to you a certain way, because you love self enough to sit up here and understand that, you know, you're not gonna let nobody disrespect you, no matter who it is. I think when you loving self, you loving how self is. You're secure with who you are as a person. You don't let nobody define you as a person. But you can't nobody sit up here and tell you who you is, because you already know who you is. You love self enough to, you know, take care of yourself. Make sure that nobody can sit up here and say, "Oh, I made you." You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I built you. Like I think a lot of people don't know what loving self looks like because they too busy trying to find love in somebody else. So they don't even know what loving self looks like. I think when you love yourself, you understand that you teach yourself how to be patient. You get what I'm saying? Like you teach yourself how to sit up here and be patient with self. Understand that, oh, that because the next person sit up here and have a certain reaction, I'm not gonna let myself get out of character or let that person change my mood just because they're not in the mood. I'm not going to sit up here and downgrade myself to a lower level just because they sat up here and made a bad decision in life and chose to do some fucked up shit or whatever case may be. So I love myself enough to not sit up here and put myself in certain positions just because I'm feeling some type of way. And some people don't know how to do that because you got, for example, you got people out here who be like, oh, he cheated on me, so guess what? I'm about to go out here and be a dog too. So now you're no longer being a good woman. You gonna sit up here and go lower your self standards and who you are as a person, trying to prove a point to somebody just because somebody else chose to go out there and, you know, misuse their bodies. You get what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and that'd be crazy to me. I'm like, oh, sis, you don't love yourself enough. You out here playing it tit for tat. Girl, if anything, show a person what they missing out on. Show them that it ain't even about going to get nobody. Show them that, you know, you can stand 10 toes down by yourself, that you can move on gracefully and towards God. Go move towards your goals. Go move towards, you know, trying to build your mental for the better so you won't continue to meet or lay down with people who put you in situations like this. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, you want to sit up here and wake up your spirit to attracting better, to sit up here and, you know, want and to want better, to sit up here and push yourself to grow from things that no longer benefit you in life. Some people don't know. Some people don't love self enough to know how to do those things. So you'll sit up in a situation stuck.
Mm.
Do we need tough love to? I don't know. My box blocking it. To what?
To survive in this world today.
Yes, most definitely. I think tough love is definitely needed because too many soft ass people. Too many soft and sensitive ass people nowadays to where you can't even say nothing. You need tough love because at the end of the day, everybody not strong. You need that tough love when you too comfortable. When you too comfortable hearing people not telling you the truth. And you need those people to sit up here and say, hey, I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not. I don't care if you don't want to hear it. I'm going to tell you it because you need to hear it. And, you know, I think tough love built people for to move in the right direction. Like, I feel like if my mom or my pops like just let me do whatever I wanted to do, I wouldn't have respected them or I wouldn't have respected them or their parenting. But by them giving me 5-hour lectures, you know, telling me what to do, how to do it, make better choices, you know, sitting down, asking me questions, giving me tough love in the process, you know, whether it was disciplining me physically, you get what I'm saying, that still led me to do the right thing because I was too comfortable trying to be in a mindset to go against what I felt like was right. And truth be told, sometimes those people who's giving that tough love, they loving you enough to correct you. They loving you enough to sit up here and say, hey, I'm not going to allow you to go down certain paths or behave a certain way because you feel like it's okay. I think tough love is supposed to really give a person the understanding that everybody can be sensitive when it comes to you. Everybody can't sit up here and always talk to you like, hey, Katie, now, you know, you ain't supposed to be doing whoop whoop whoop. Katie would be cussing your ass out every time. But if you tell Katie, hey, your ass do that shit again, Katie, I'm gonna sit up here and break my foot off. Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, sometimes it takes for that, like, tough understanding, like, and I'm not about to play with you. Like, I think tough love kept a lot of people from getting locked up. I think tough love kept the people that's in this live, some type of tough love had kept you from being in the ground, being in jail, being in a hospital. Some type of tough love kept you from wanting to do wrong. Like, people feel like you always got to talk to them sensitive like a baby just for them to understand or just for them to do something. Like, nah, I shouldn't have to sit up here and talk to you like you 2 or 3 years old. You ain't slow. You ain't crazy. And if you is, let me know so I can get you some damn help. Like, I don't know. We live in a world where this world don't want nobody to correct nothing. Nobody don't want to be checked about nothing. Everybody want to do what they want to do with no questions asked, without being shamed. You gotta shame people sometimes. You gotta sit up here and look down on some shit because how do you expect somebody to understand not what to do? Like, those people that sit up here and touch people, they need an example of what not to do. You gotta punish. You need a serious punishment for some shit. You gotta look down so hard on some shit to the point where these group of people must understand. Anybody that want to put themselves in this position, this is what the fuck you get. Okay? Because we don't tolerate that shit. The people that sit up here, you abusing kids or you abusing your woman or your man, understand that certain people in those families, and certain families ain't gonna tolerate that. They ain't gonna tolerate you disrespecting their men or their woman or their kids. in those families. You gonna have some family members, aunties, uncles, cousins to step up here and say, "Hey, I will whoop your ass behind this man, this child, or this woman," because at the end of the day, we just wasn't brought up to sit up here and let our people tolerate getting abused or mistreated, or without somebody speaking up. Like the love today, I don't know. Y'all want some strictly mama love, but your mama tough as hell. All the mamas today is tough as hell. I haven't seen really too many soft women in this time. Every woman that I see today in today's time, they out here. Oh, I'm gonna pop my big one. I'm gonna talk my big one. I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna say what I gotta say, or you're not gonna shut me up. It's not really a lot of soft women. That's why men out here talking about, oh, women don't know how to be women no more. Because too many men aren't meeting genuine, soft, nice women. And some people believe, oh, well, you got to put me in a position to want to be soft towards you. Girl, why is you dating somebody that you can't even be soft with? Like, that shit be sounding crazy. Why should I have to sit up here and be, why do you want to be tough as hell?
Exactly right.
Hey, some shit just be like, oh, women, we have to be strong. No, you don't. Who told you that? Society tell us we have to be strong, especially in the workforce. Baby, you chose to sit up here and get off your ass and go get a job. Because what you say, I don't want no man controlling me. No, but for real, like, we just got to get it together. And I just feel like we so far gone that, it's impossible. People too sensitive today. I got called biased today. I was like, oh, okay. I said, that's your opinion. If I'm biased, I'll take that. You feel me? It is what it is. As long as you receive the message, I don't give a fuck if you a man, woman, or child. As long as you got the goddamn message, that's all that matters. Like, some people, I just be like, do y'all listen? Do y'all even listen to people nowadays? Because apparently not. Apparently you know everything. You got all the answers. Can't nobody tell you nothing. What they talking about? That's ghetto shit. What's ghetto, Nate? What's ghetto? I'm trying to figure out what's so ghetto. Oh, we got Nate waiting in the queue. See, we ain't been on it. Okay. My
I'm
bad,
about to
Nate. What's
doze off.
ghetto?
Speaking of
Nate, what
doze
was
off,
ghetto? Nate, what's ghetto? Yeah, what happened also does
everybody
fall.
coming when I'm about to get off. I'm tired. You said, I think she was talking about what you was talking towards. Oh, man.
Yo,
Yeah, what's the deal, man?
I can't call it, man. Just stopping by to give you these gifts, man. Now I gotta show my support.
What looks, man?
Yeah.
She said when I said they don't need a man.
Oh, man.
I mean, shit, I don't know. I think, shit, some people been through some rough patches to where, shit, they feel like they don't need one, but they want one. Which I don't understand. Ain't your needs and your wants, like, the same thing? Like,
Yeah, yo, I call it like this. What you want is gonna hurt you, and what you need may destroy you. So Shit, pick and choose your battles. Me personally, I ain't got a dog in that fight, so I don't know what to tell people. We all too old to be having these fucking Taylor Swift problems. So figure it out, make better choices and decisions.
Not Taylor Swift.
Yeah, real shit. Real shit. People focusing on the wrong shit. Oh, I gotta look cute to do this. I gotta make this amount of money. Let me tell you something right quick. If you understood the taxes that people pay to make money, you'd rather want to sit where the hell you at. Life ain't that fucking hard, man. Stop complaining about shit and just wake up every day and thank God that your eyes is open. How about that?
Okay.
Matter of
But
fact,
hold on. We ain't about to act like being cute don't come with benefits.
man, it
Okay.
don't come with shit. You look at all these fucking celebrities out here getting cheated on. They beautiful as hell and
They
get cheated
do.
on. What the fuck are we talking about? I'd rather be regular and live a regular ass lifestyle than to be with a motherfucker that's gonna abuse me or a matter of fact, a motherfucker that's gonna actually flaunt me in front of the world like I'm Ace Boone Coon, and then behind closed doors, shit, we arguing every day. Fuck what you talking about? Nah, hell nah. Regularity, nigga. Get it together. Shit. Be happy within your own skin. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You look at yourself more than more people look at you. Stop
But
that
then we
shit.
live in a society where
Man, fuck
you got
society.
your you got your Kevin Samuels of men,
Man,
and you
Kevin
got
Samuels
your
been dead and gone.
yeah,
Kevin
but you
Samuels
got
been dead and
you
gone.
got them
That's
you got
imitations and clones.
them
They don't know
yes,
nothing. Ain't
them
nobody.
imitations. You got them
Think about it
imposters.
like this. All the people that's talking like Kevin Samuels. Think about it like this. When Kevin Samuels was here, did you ever see a motherfucker tell him, hey, baby, dinner's done? Do you see these
Yeah.
people with women in their life saying, "Hey, baby, dinner's done," or here's a cold drink while you get on here and you talk to the people"? No, you don't ever see it. So why the fuck are we focused
hmm
on what somebody else got to say about a relationship? And they live 8 hours a day. They on live more than I work hours at my job. Why are we focused on this bullshit? It's an opinion. The opinion got everybody wrapped up in their feelings, that emotional stance in life. And you know what feelings are? It's unresolved issues. So when these people get on here and they like, yeah, women need to be more traditional. When the fuck have we ever seen traditional? Because my grandparents work, my mom and my daddy work. So traditionality is me, get up off your ass and work, pay bills. 50-50 done existed the whole time. I'm 41. Thank you, God, for letting me see it. But for the 41 years I've been alive, I've been seeing my grandparents' generation. I've been seeing my aunties work. I've been seeing everybody work. Stop this shit, man. Stop that. That's some white folk shit. Every show that was traditional, you see these motherfuckers walking around with aprons on all damn day. Did you see Weezy Jefferson do that shit? No. Did you see Florida Evans do that shit on our shows? No. Our culture. Work. Get your ass up and work. Shit, life is hard. Hell, eggs is damn near what, $12 a damn carton? Shit, we need help. Help me. And that's just facts.
We live in a world built off status, reputation.
Man, fuck that
All that
status
shit,
shit.
that shit matters to people, and the people that sit up here and try to act like it don't matter ain't reached that shit.
You know what
I
50-50 mean? Do you really know what 50-50 mean?
yes, I did.
All right, cool. The 50-50 is I'm gonna take half of your problems while I got 100% of mine, and we're gonna make it work. That's what it means. To a real one. To a real one. I'm gonna ease the brakes on your shit, but my life still gonna move forward. That's why you see dudes unhappy as hell in relationships, because it's just like, damn, I can't get a break. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. I mean, I shout out to all the single mothers out there that's got to do it. Shit, my sister's a single mother. Hell, my cousins, most of them are single mothers. So hats off to them. They doing what they got to do, but they ain't complaining while they doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of single dudes that I know out here with, and they fathers, and they got their kids, so they got to deal with there is no there's no end to the madness because it just is what it is. There's a lot of
No,
fuck
we
ups
just
on both
ain't got
sides.
no grown people. We ain't got no grown folks. It's too many young people out here, with young minds. Even the grown ass people, who's supposed to be sitting up here leading the generation got young ass minds. They don't want to sit up here and walk around being old. They don't want to sit up in no rocking chair sewing no more. These old ass grandmas want to be nanas. They want to be auntie. They want to be outside with the young girls and popping they stuff, and they ain't trying to be
You know
sitting
the
at home with no kids no
you know the
more.
crazy thing about it is right now that most grandmas got BBLs. Figure it out.
Yes.
Figure it out.
Yes.
Figure it out. That's a fact. Most
Like, they
grandmas
be
right now still
childish.
go out in club.
Trust me, I know a grandma right now in my family that just got one, and it's crazy.
I mean, it's facts. Everything I say
I said, hold
is
on,
facts.
your husband, your husband out here, he in the house. What the fuck you getting a BBL for?
Shit, Meg the Stallion and fucking Sexy Red. Listening to that toxic ass shit that's playing on the radio goddamn 10 times a day in 1 hour.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, brainwashing is real. This shit is real.
It sure hell is. And then you
And
gotta think about it.
this why a lot of women with that shit is always talking about, oh, see, men love this shit. They love this shit. That's why they want this. They want us to get this, the big butts, the big boobs.
Your
They want
hips
the
and your
big
legs
this.
don't match. That shit ain't attractive. You built like a melted ice cream cone. Stop it.
Exactly, and
And
they
the
don't like
BBL
it.
shit wasn't even meant for natural women. It was meant for the other community. It was meant for them. When they do they augment shit. And then guess what happened? You want to go to Dr. Miami and now your hips and your legs don't match. Your chest and your stomach don't match. And then you just walking around here misshapen as fuck. And then guess what happened? The one thing that most women don't think about is fucking gravity. You don't think about gravity. You don't think about that shit. Because guess what? When you get older, them motherfuckers ain't perky no more.
Exactly, like the legs don't be matching the butt. Like,
And then that shit come with all kind of damn health problems and shit. We don't, okay, I'm going to say it like this. Women, we don't want it. We don't want it. It ain't real. We don't want it. We want natural. We don't want it. We don't want it. Shit looks weird. But y'all don't take, most women that do it, they don't want to hear the truth. But I'm here to tell the truth. We don't want it.
But I think some dudes, not dudes, but some women also have a dream body in their mind for
No, it don't work
themselves.
like
Meaning,
that. It don't work like that.
you
It don't
picture,
work like
meaning
that.
when you look at, meaning when you picture like, for instance, you had Sky from the Black Ink Crew. She said that she heard people all her life say she was gorgeous, she was pretty as a skinny woman, but the thing is she just wanted to always know what it felt like to have some type of thickness on her body, like some type of weight, and because her body just didn't hold weight, I guess. But she ended up getting her body done, and I was like, oh, now she really see what weight feels like. It hurts.
Yeah,
It's
of course.
painful.
Of course, because the thing about it is when you look at people that's in front of the camera, and I know exactly what you're talking about because she went in and got all her parts and shit did and all that type of shit. But the thing about it is this: when you look at that situation, hold that woman accountable for her actions and know that that person right there is living a life that's a fucking facade. Like, we don't give a damn if you skinny. We don't give a damn if you big. We don't give a damn if you kind of husky. We don't give a damn if you're top heavy, bottom heavy. The only thing men want is to be talked to or have a conversation with y'all to where we're not feeling like we're being talked at. I don't want a woman like my mama. I told my mama that when she said, yeah, I know you probably want, well, this was young in life when I was 13. I told her, hell no. I don't want nobody fussing at me all fucking day long. Like just fussing about no, fuck out of here. We don't want nobody like our goddamn mama. I don't need you to do my laundry. Hell, I don't even need you to cook. Just treat me like the person that you want around you. Shit. Now, You ain't got to go out here and get no damn waist trainer sit up and have your damn intestines all fucked up. You ain't got to take no pills. You ain't got to get your ass lift or breast lift. Shit, if I talk to you when it was fucked up, I'm gonna keep talking to you when it is what it is. Shit. This the
No,
conversation that needs to be had. Shit, I don't give a damn about all that. And a lot
no,
of men don't. A lot of men don't. But when it's glamorized, because I don't know how the hell you think a motherfucker sexy with fucking mismatched tattoos on their face. I don't know where the hell that came from. That's that perky baby shit, and I ain't one of them.
Oh my.
Broderick, like, but I think they wear like a weight trainer, like for their stomach because some of them like have a stomach. They
Okay, I get it. I get that. Okay, my bad. I get that part. You know, you just want to tone it down a little bit. But goddamn it, if you going to
Maybe
McDonald's,
200 pounds with that on.
yeah, if you going to McDonald's damn near 4-5 times a week, shit,
They just hide it just like a
what the
butt
damn
lift.
waist trainer gonna do? And you take your damn clothes off and look like you about to melt. Stop it. Stop that shit.
All right, y'all. I'm tired, y'all, man. Y'all got too much energy on me. I'm trying to be like I gotta do like when they got her snooze, I'm getting my snooze. Get out
All
of
right,
here.
bro.
Man, what time is it where you at? What the heck?
This 106 where I'm at.
106? Oh, okay, you got an hour behind me.
Yeah.
So no wonder I be forgetting she on that. This ain't nothing to her, yeah. LA. It's 11, yeah, it's 12. It's 206 where I'm at.
Yeah, I'll probably go live here in a minute. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. Yeah, y'all follow Broderick. About to go live. Get
Yeah,
it
man,
going.
get you some rest.
Hmm?
Yeah, get you some rest, bro. Love you.
Yeah, right. But I'm gonna catch up with y'all, and I'll see if I come up with something tomorrow. I'll see. I just gotta give me some. I only had a little bit of sleep yesterday. All right, y'all.
All right, bet it up.